They are the two words that define all sports with playoff series. They are the two words that have created the everlasting moments in the history of the NBA. The two words that we all want to hear for every playoff series, but particularly a playoff series that was this anticipated and this hyped from the very beginning. It is Game 7, where legends are made and legacies are defined. Game 7 of the Western Conference Final. The reigning champion Oklahoma City Thunder looking to make it back to the NBA Finals with their superstar and the league MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, against the visiting San Antonio Spurs, and perhaps the next, maybe the now face of the league, Victor Wembanyama, trying to get the Spurs back to the finals where they were so used to getting for so many years in the past. We welcome you to the NBA playoffs on the Ultimate Sports Network. Tonight, Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, San Antonio and Oklahoma City. And hello, one and all, I'm Matthew Owens. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Thanks for having us in for Game 7. There's nothing quite like it in professional sports. A best-of-7 playoff series coming down to a decisive 7th game. Very few times in sports does an anticipated matchup with so much hype live up to it all, but everyone's been looking forward to a possible Western Conference final between the Thunder and the Spurs, so much so that this felt pretty impossible that it would live up to those expectations. But so far, through 6 games of this series, even though not every game have been masterpieces, certainly the series and the storylines that have followed has created something that every NBA fan wanted to see, which is perhaps the next great rivalry in the NBA, San Antonio and Oklahoma City. Let's start with the homestanding reigning champion Thunder. 2 years ago, they were the number 1 seed in the West. Everyone looked at them as they were too young to win a title, and they fell short by a couple of rounds. Came back last year, best record in the NBA again, all the way to the finals they went, going to a championship and playing 2 Game 7s en route to lifting the Larry O'Brien Trophy. This year, they started an unbelievable 24-1, best record in the NBA again. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the league MVP for a second consecutive year. He and the Thunder are looking to take their place now in NBA history by getting back to the finals and winning a second straight championship. This series has been costly on the Thunder. They have been handcuffed by this terrific San Antonio defense, and they're also starting to be handcuffed by injuries. Jalen Williams is out of this game tonight with a hamstring injury, the guy that averaged 17 points per game across the regular season. They're also without A.J. Mitchell tonight. He will miss Game 7 with a calf injury, one of the many terrific role players on this Oklahoma City team. They are injured, they are up against it, but they are at home, and they're coming off of a loss. And over the last 2 postseasons, in the game after a loss, Oklahoma City is 10-0 with an average winning margin of 19 points per game. The visiting San Antonio Spurs have Victor Wembanyama. We all know what he brings. They also have a team that has locked Oklahoma City down defensively. They have scratched and clawed their way into this series. From down 2-1, they tied it at 2. From down 3-2, they've tied it at 3. Now a Game 7. If the Thunder were too young and too inexperienced 2 years ago, these Spurs should be too young and too inexperienced to win this game tonight. But as I bring in Seth Eaves, Seth, that narrative very easily could go away tonight with a San Antonio win. We know this franchise has been to the finals a lot. They've won a lot of big games. This is no Greg Popovich, though. Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. Those players are not on this team. Instead, it's a Mitch Johnson coach team with the likes of Victor Wembanyama, Steph Castle, Dylan Harper. It's a new era of Spurs basketball, but here they are yet again in an enormous game.
Yep, indeed it is. Seth Eaves, I'll be providing smart, funny analysis when warranted, and also be keeping up to date with other sports in the studio. It's been a busy sports day as we end the month of May, a marathon month of May. Memorial Day being as quote unquote early as it possibly could be has led to a marathon month that last week was Memorial Day weekend, and yet today it's still May the 30th. Indeed, it's going to be a May Day, though, for either one of these teams. The New York Knicks await. Obviously, it'll be a first-time finals matchup if it's the Thunder or the Knicks. The Spurs and Knicks have met before in the finals, though, back in 1999, the last time New York went to the final. The Thunder are looking to repeat as world champions. The Spurs looking to get back to the final stage for the first time since 2014. Oklahoma City lost game 6, but that should not bother the Thunder. Why not? Because the stats tell you the last two postseasons after a loss, the Thunder 10-0. Their average margin of victory 19 points for Mark Dagnall's team. And another bit of history on the side of the champs. 159 prior NBA Game 7s. Home teams 117 and 42. That's the challenge that the Thunder need to match and that the Spurs need to conquer as we fight for an NBA championship. Bison is banging the drum. We love our mascots around here. There you go, Bison. Bang that drum. Bang it. And with that, we send it over to our head drum major, Matthew Owens, who will carry us through all the action. Matthew, that's a lot of blue there, partner. Hope you're used to it.
The Thunderdome is rocking. This is one of, if not the loudest buildings in the NBA. And tonight it will be rocking from start to, they hope, finish in Game 7 of the Western Conference Final. Again, they had a great season last year, Oklahoma City, but it does seem to be forgotten that they did have to go through 2 Game 7s to win their championship last year. One against Denver and the other, of course, in the finals against Indiana. A Game 7 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Mark Daigneault, and the Thunder here tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. Will it be a new era in the West with the Spurs rekindling their past magic with this new group of players and a new coach? Or will the Thunder roll on with Western Conference supremacy for another year? The New York Knicks sitting back and watching this series play out, hoping that it would go 7, hoping that tonight might go 4, 5, 6 overtimes or so. The Thunder banged up, the Spurs young and inexperienced. One team to the finals, one team to leave their mark on NBA history. Oklahoma City and San Antonio, with Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama, those budding rivals, to jump center. And the 160th Game 7 in NBA history is underway, with San Antonio in black uniforms, white numbers, and silver trim, controlling the tip, and De'Aaron Fox handling the ball right off the hop against Lou Dort, the lockdown defender. Fox loops a pass off the right arc. Victor Wembanyama takes on Isaiah Hartenstein, pulls back with a jumper from the right of the lane that glances off glass and goes down. Wembanyama with the first points of Game 7. He's averaging over 28 a game in this Western Conference Final. Cason Wallace draws into the starting lineup tonight for Oklahoma City. He gives it up for Holmgren, who had it punched away by Vassell, stolen by Castle. In transition through traffic, Castle goes to the rim and draws a foul. It's on the floor, and a foul 43 seconds in will give us the opportunity to, of course, mention officiating in this game will go a long way in determining it. We know it has been a story throughout this series and throughout the Oklahoma City postseason. Inbound to Castle, drives downhill, kicks near corner for Champagnie, knocked out of bounds with 12 on the shot clock. It'll stay with San Antonio. Spurs attacking from our right to our left. Fox on the inbound. Castle on the dribble. Wallace defends. Castle slings it right on the wing. Devin Vassell sneaks in, steps back off the right baseline with a jumper, and he rattles it in. Thunder fans, of course, will stand on their feet until Oklahoma City scores their first points of the game. They're still standing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will try to sit them down. Draws a double left baseline, flipped back up top. Lou Dort gives to Holmgren. He steps back with a jumper off right baseline, and he drops it in the mid-range. Thunder fans explode. At the other end, a quick drive right to the basket by Castle, and the reigning Rookie of the Year lays in a quick two. Thunder back on offense to our right. Blue uniforms, white numbers, orange trim. Downhill drive in from the right. SGA knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Oklahoma City. It'll be an inbound from underneath. One of the big stories of this series is the San Antonio defense and what they have done to the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's averaging 24 points per game in the series. He's only shooting 38%. Inbound right baseline to Hartenstein. Worked back to the outside for SGA. Top of the arc, Vassell defends. SGA shoulders in. Fake spins. Top of the circle. Mid-range jumper, an 18-footer good. Off balance, whirling dervish shot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's a 5-for-5 start. The Spurs are 3-for-3. The Thunder are 2-for-2. Victor Wembanyama, right elbow, no-look pass underneath. Castle up to the rim, lays it in. Wembanyama gets the assist. 8-4 lead for the Spurs. They haven't missed. No one's missed. Hartenstein beyond the left elbow, toes the arc, shovels it to the outside. Holmgren driving, floater over the top of Wembanyama. There's the first miss, back of the rim, no. Offensive rebound, bobbled and taken by Cason Wallace. Shoveled off the left wing, SGA kicks it out, right corner. Dort on the wing, fakes the three, then throws it up, a rainbow. Out of bounds, untouched, an air ball. Thrown up by Lou Dort. And San Antonio will bring it up. Wembanyama into the front court, leaves it off the right side of the floor for Vassell. Left-handed dribble. Wembanyama comes back over for the ball. He's got it. Steps back right wing, fakes a three. Fox throws it into him, and Wembanyama crashes to the rim with a two-handed slam. Wembanyama, sacre bleu! What a start for the Spurs. Left corner, SGA at the other end, grinding to the baseline, draws a double with Fox and Wembanyama on him. Center, Dort, long three, missed it again, off back rim. Wembanyama stabs the rebound. With long strides, he gallops forward, drives to the rim, kicks left corner, Vassell catches, he's free to fire. Misses the three short, rebound Oklahoma City. One and out go the Spurs, their first miss. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the other way, draws up on Wembanyama. Pocket pass into the left corner. Dort drives baseline. Turned it back to a trailing Hartenstein. Left elbow knocked away. Stolen by Wembanyama. 4-on-3 San Antonio. Wallace stood up. Wembanyama then knocked it away. Wembanyama goes to the ground. Loses the ball. Play is stopped with a whistle as Wembanyama ended up on the deck. What a ferocious and fearless start by Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. Of course, Game 6 was a blowout win for San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama only had to play 28 minutes. Should be the freshest he's been in this series off the back of the previous game. Spurs forward again. Castle crosses the timing line, comes right elbow, pulls up with a fadeaway jumper, comes up short. Hartenstein lassos in the rebound. Outletted for Alex Caruso, who plays it back to a trailing SGA. Takes a shoulder from Champagnie, they play on. Good to see a lot of contact being taken and the whistle being swallowed early. SGA hooks it to the right lane line. Isaiah Hartenstein floats it up and home with his favored left hand. San Antonio into the front court from our right to our left. Dressed in black, white numbers, gold trim, white nameplates. Champagny had it knocked out of his hands by Holmgren. Recovered on the right perimeter, Wembanyama. Handoff for Fox, who's averaging a lot of assists in this series. He'll try a three here and splash it down. That's what he hasn't been doing in this series, is doing a lot of scoring. 10 points per game. He was just 2 of 15 from three in this Western Conference final prior to that hit. SGA drew a double, tried to throw it back into the middle. It's stolen by Fox. 2-on-2 the other way. Fox charges to the foul line. Reversal Champagny, centered Wembanyama. Fox outside. Open look, Vassell. Three clatters off. Rebound reached at, grabbed off the floor by Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander brings it back up. Jared McCain already set to check in at the next whistle for the Thunder. SGA slithers in to the paint from the left. Running floater drops down. That floater is wet from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Fox the other way. Court-wide pass. Three lined up and poured down by Julian Champagny. Champagny from three in the playoffs, 37%. A steal at the other end by Vassell. He stripped it from Holmgren. He drives the other way to the rim. Lefty layup. No, follow slam! Steph Castle, trailing the play, jumps up off the trampoline, jams it down, double-handed on the putback. Timeout, Oklahoma City. What a start on the road for the Spurs, out 18-8 in front. And a Mark Daigneault timeout, as San Antonio has not come out with any fear whatsoever of the world champion Thunder. Great start to Game 7.
You felt the Spurs needed a fast start, and boy, have they got it. Now this is where the coaches adjust, and where Mitch Johnson has to prepare and realize that there will be a run coming from Mark Daigneault's team. But, oh my goodness, you could not have asked for a better start if you're Mitch Johnson and the San Antonio Spurs.
No, not at all. They have come into the Lions' den and stared the Lions in the whites of their eyes here. 8 for 12 from the field to start, and they've already forced 4 turnovers.
What you want to update on first? Or what you want me to do here? Because this is practicing for hopefully getting to do more studio work during the college football season. So, what you want me to do here?
Well, what is this, day 3 of the Women's College World Series? What's happened there today in Oklahoma City? Elsewhere in Oklahoma City.
I was going to say, one game in progress. These are all 1-0 winners bracket games. In the top of the 5th, number 1 overall seed Alabama leads Nebraska 5-1, though the Cornhuskers have a runner on second base after an unusual Alabama fielding error. And it was a dramatic finish today in the other game. It went to 9 innings. Emma Clark, walk-off home run. Tennessee into the semis with a 2-1 win over Texas Tech. Red Raiders now play UCLA tomorrow night. Texas awaits the loser of the Nebraska and Alabama game.
How about Nebraska softball?
I say they got the best helmets there, and I say that as a diehard fan of one of the teams there that's not named Nebraska. It's black and it's got a cartoon Herbie Husker on the helmet. Oh, that thing slaps. Oh, baby.
Nebraska softball coming out of nowhere to make a run.
Beat Arkansas in a walk-off the other night. I think it was like
Yeah.
their first World Series win in like over 20 years, I think. It was legitimately tough for Arkansas. That program has gone from nothing to consistent. They finally get through, and then them and Mississippi State both just ending. Mississippi State didn't even score a run, and then Arkansas lost a heartbreaker to Nebraska and then just got the doors blown off of them by UCLA last night.
Yeah, UCLA. A machine in that game, ended up with a run rule win. So again, San Antonio's made 8 of their first 12 shots, and Victor Wembanyama playing obviously a huge role in this great start. Hit a step-back jumper to start, poster slam over Chet Holmgren, which for him, the fact that Holmgren was the one that he dunked on makes it all the sweeter. So 8 of 12 from the field. They've forced 4 turnovers. They lead 18-8. They've already forced a Thunder timeout. And out of the timeout, here's Oklahoma City on the ball. Up top, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander locates Wallace. Right wing 3, skied up, no. Offensive rebound, Hartenstein. He came through traffic. Reversed out McCain. Up for 3. Line drive, no. Another offensive rebound snatched by Wallace. Then McCain. Drives left baseline. Shoveled outside. Caruso's been red hot from 3 in the series. Cross-court pass. Left corner, Wallace free to fire. And he splashes down a 3. Well, you don't want to give them more than one opportunity. Spurs gave them 3, and Wallace knocks down the triple. McCain active defense on Castle. Sent out to Vassell. Wow! And off right wing, Vassell sticks the landing from deep as he matches a 3. Caruso blow-by drive to the rim right at Luke Cornett. Right to the rack goes Caruso, the former NBA champion twice over. Right-handed layup at the big body of Cornett, who is in for Wembanyama. Here's a drive up right baseline. Castle up fake. Up and in off glass plus a foul on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Chance at a 3-point play for Castle. Defending Rookie of the Year. Of course, they have the last 2 Rookie of the Years on this San Antonio team. And what a tough finish through contact from Castle. He'll go to the line to try to push this lead to 11. They have scored 23 points in just 6.5 minutes. Now 24 as Castle knocks down the second free throw. They are taking it right to the Oklahoma City defense. Here's Cason Wallace. Ball reversal up top. Head of the key. Hartenstein. Handoff. SGA. Threaded back. Hartenstein. No look pass to the baseline for a cutting Caruso. Was knocked away. Stolen by Dylan Harper. Here comes the rookie. Ahead for Castle. Knocked to the left corner. Vassell. Drives left baseline to the rim. Gives it. Champagny free to fire. And he knocks down a right corner 3. And then gets in the face of SGA. Jared McCain the other direction. Shoveled back Wallace, high screen Hartenstein, Wallace right elbow, wrap back McCain, bumping with Champagny. McCain goes down, he picked up the dribble, he gets to the rim, and scoops it up and in off glass. McCain has been huge in this series when he's needed to be averaging over 13 a game in this Western Conference final. Straight line drive, Harper into the paint. Right back up top, Champagny finds Castle, right wing 3. This one comes up short. Long rebound, Castle nearly got it. Caruso did instead. Ahead SGA, crossover dribble. Kicks it, right corner, free to fire. McCain 3, up, down! Jared McCain from distance detonates a 3. Timeout San Antonio. 2 heavyweights landing body blows early. 27-18 San Antonio, timeout. Game 7. And I don't know if it can possibly continue at the pace that it started with, Seth.
It does. You're going to be out of breath. My God. Incredible. I mean, you Thunder weren't going to back down. We were talking last night. I believe, it was last night in one of our off-air podcasts. That's not a podcast, as we call these chats. This is officially, regardless of what happens tonight, the new spicy rivalry in the NBA. These two teams aren't exactly going to be exchanging Christmas cards. They might play each other on Christmas Day and exchange body blows on Christmas Day, but they won't be exchanging Christmas cards and good wishes. I can tell you that right now.
I can guarantee you this will be a Christmas game next year. You kidding me?
Not singing, no kumbaya singing here. There's that creepy Burger King.
They'll play on Christmas during, I don't know, Bears-Packers.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. They'll try to put that in the primetime slot to get viewership, but I don't know.
Well, just the kind of start we certainly wanted. Again, the story around this series since it started, and of course you had that classic Game 1 that went to 2 overtimes. Since then, none of the games have been particularly close. Let's see, double overtime, Spurs win by 7. Then Thunder by 9, Thunder by 15, Spurs by 21, Thunder by 13, Spurs by 27. But it's just the storylines that's come out of all of the games that has made it so entertaining, as we all thought it would be. And again, the Knicks just sitting back watching this thing. Hey, go ahead. Put an elbow into a back. Put a forearm into a neck. Carry on.
Yeah.
So both coaches have spent a timeout here early. We just got... And, you know, so often, Game 7s are not, you know, these unbelievable Mona Lisa games. A lot of times Game 7s are games of survival. But it's the...
That reminds me of the Seinfeld quote when Elaine was talking about, I'll tell you what, say that for the next break.
Yeah, and this one, though, has started out highly entertaining. San Antonio brings it into the front court to our left out of the timeout. Castle with Caruso all over him, jockeying for the ball. Castle drives in on him, gets to the rim, goes up, had it knocked away from behind by SGA. Castle still goes up with it, couldn't hit the shot. Jalen Williams on the floor, diving for the loose ball. SGA ahead for Holmgren, got tied up by Johnson and ripped away. Johnson ahead for Castle, had his pocket picked by McCain. Ball in the air, juggled around, playing Twister on the floor. McCain picks it up. SGA a drive. Lefty floater, no! Rebound, Wembanyama with a foul! Oh, my gracious. Well, they are down one Jalen Williams, but they've got another Jalen Williams out there. That's Jay Will diving on the floor for that rebound. Then the ball juggled, pinballing, ping-ponging around, eventually into the hands of McCain and SGA. And it's SGA at the free throw line. First foul shot of the night is good for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. As we said, shooting the ball against the Spurs defense, it's not been easy. 38% from the field in this series. SGA just 6 of 23 from 3. Knocks down both free throws. We know that's where he gets to a lot, more than anyone else. Dylan Harper into the front court. McCain squares up on him defensively. Screen comes. A double screen up top, and now Harper has Caruso switch on him. Harper gives it up. Left of the lane, Wembanyama turns and faces Jay Will. He'll shoot a mid-range jumper over him. Missed it badly. Rebound, SGA. Saved it from going out of bounds. Ahead far flank. McCain brings it up. SGA gets back into the play. McCain winds it to him. Fox defends. Swings to McCain. McCain behind the back on the dribble, top of the circle. Wrap back Gilgeous-Alexander. Against Fox, lefty dribble. Step back 3. Skyward, no. Offensive rebound. Jay Will plucked over Wembanyama somehow. Holmgren on the reload. Caruso out to SGA. Turns the corner. Gives it up. Right wing. Jay Will. 3 clatters off the rim. Rebounded Vassell. Outletted Fox. Fox across the timing line with under 3 minutes left in the quarter, as you see. Vassell gets to the right elbow. Fadeaway jumper. 15-footer no. Jay Will the rebound. Scooped ahead for McCain. He'll bring it up right-handed dribble. He and Williams play catch. McCain cuts left wing 3. Halfway down, popped out. Offensive rebound. Holmgren, who came down and got mugged by Keldon Johnson, who's called for the foul. Foul is on the floor. Just the second team foul against San Antonio, so no free throws yet. Neither team over the limit. Looks like Kenrich Williams about to check in for Oklahoma City. He's had to start playing more minutes And there he is, number 34 on the floor. Far side front court trigger in. Caruso gets it in. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the left to the midcourt logo with Vassell defending. Screen Holmgren. SGA loops it in. Holmgren a catch. Spins away from Wembanyama. Back out Williams. Right wing three. No off the front of the rim. Wembanyama on the floor. Crawling with it to get the rebound. Forwarded for Fox. Fed for Vassell. Spooned over to the left corner. Harper drives baseline. Spins on Kenrich Williams. Goes up. Muscles it in. In tight. What a move. Dylan Harper. Of course, son of a 5-time NBA champion. Trying to get to his first finals as a rookie. Here's SGA leaning. Left elbow jumper off the glass. No. Rebound Vassell. 4-on-3 San Antonio. Vassell between the pipes. Driving to the rim. Draws contact and a foul. He'll go to the line. Vassell will shoot at the stripe. How about that basket from Harper, though, on the previous possession? My goodness. Just wrapping his body around Kenrich Williams, who you can't say that he did anything wrong. That's just better offense from Harper. Vassell at the foul line hits the first. Former ACC champion at Florida State, Devin Vassell, was a first-round draft pick in 2020. Harper to the bench to get a breather. Under 2 to go first quarter here. Again, no J-Dub, no A.J. Mitchell for Oklahoma City tonight. J-Dub, who's been dealing with injuries all season long. Vassell hits the second free throw. 11-point Spurs lead, shooting 60% from the field. Gilgeous-Alexander brings it up. Holmgren sets a hard screen up high. SGA dances on Fox. Two-handed wrap feed. McCain spots Kenrich Williams driving in for the left. Kick right corner. Holmgren steps back. Tried to get free for three. Couldn't find any space. Centered Caruso. One to shoot. Has to put up the three. Spins off the rim. No. Wembanyama the rebound. Outletted left side of the floor. Vassell brings it up. Head down. Drives in. Amidst two. Kicks it out. Fox extra up top. Johnson. Head fake by Champagny. Wembanyama cut. Champagny tried to pass it to him, and he had already cut away. It's out of bounds on the pass. A turnover. 1:11 left in this first frame. 11-point San Antonio lead here. Just their second turnover. Castle checks back in for 39-year-old Mitch Johnson. Up the floor comes Jared McCain, playing a much larger role in this series than most thought he might. Feeds left wing Hartenstein. Handoff on the perimeter SGA. Castle defensively. Wembanyama to help. Bounce Hartenstein. Wembanyama's got to go over. It's back out Caruso. Left wing three off the rim. No. Kenrich Williams there for a tap follow. Under a minute to go. First quarter. Fox slithers in between two defenders, drives in, kicks out. Barnes extra, Castle up top. Wembanyama drive, collided into Hartenstein, who goes down. I think the hit was up high. Hartenstein got hit up high. Foul was called on Wembanyama. He got a forearm to the face of Hartenstein, who's checking for blood. I can confirm this is not hockey. If he's bleeding, they don't get an extra 2 minutes on the power play. That's an offensive foul on Wembanyama. Good. Oh, man. That's a forearm to the nose. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor with less than a minute to go in the quarter. Hopefully Hartenstein is okay. That is the physicality that this series has had from the jump. We actually have the timeout. The timeout on the floor is a challenge. We have a coach's challenge here in the first quarter from Mitch Johnson. And that is... Now, what are we getting here? They've actually... Okay, let me stop talking. until we get this straight. What I am being told here is that the foul was actually called on Hartenstein, which seems wrong. Now we do have a coach's challenge, but it's not from Mitch Johnson. It's actually from Mark Daignault, because apparently this foul was called on Hartenstein.
Oh, well, that's a flop for starters. Oh, no, it's not either.
No,
I didn't see that.
He got hit in the face. Forearm
Yeah,
to the nose.
see that. I did not see that.
Let's see here. I think we're about to get a verdict.
He contacted the face of Hartenstein prior to the contact to his chest. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. An offensive foul will be assessed from Wembanyama. They will get their timeout back, and they have an additional challenge. During the timeout, Coach Daignault will assess a technical foul. Anybody in the game at the time of the tech will be allowed to shoot.
Well, that's a lot. So the foul is an offensive foul on Wembanyama. That's the right call. But during the timeout, Mark Daignault has been given a technical foul. A technical to the Oklahoma City head coach, who clearly is extremely upset.
He's going to get another one if he's not careful.
Yeah, he went all the way from his side of the floor out to the official. Now he and that official in front of the scores table, right in front of ESPN Radio's Mark Kestashir and PJ Carlissimo, still jawing it out. Wembanyama at the free throw line to take the technical free throw, which he makes. So even on a possession where Wembanyama's called for an offensive foul, he scores a point. And the Thunder bring the ball back up the floor. Under a minute to go here in this quarter. Wallace directs a bounce pass, short corner left. SGA, they blitz him with a double. Out of his hands, Wallace. Up top, McCain. Drive into the lane, flips it up high off the glass, right-handed. No, Hartenstein offensive rebound, got a whistle and a foul. Foul going against San Antonio on the floor. Thunder are not in the bonus, while San Antonio is. So this is not going to result in free throws. Thunder will inbound. Far side front court. Williams into Hartenstein. Left wing dribbles across the arc. Handoff Wallace to the left elbow. Staggers. Wraps it up top. McCain's free to fire. Three is up. Down! Jared McCain hits his second three of the quarter. Explodes the crowd noise. Shot clock is dark. San Antonio leading by 7. Can extend the lead going to the second. Wembanyama up top against Hartenstein. He'll drive. Poke to the left corner. Fox left corner 3. Missed short. Wallace rips the rebound away. 1 second left. He'll heave it at the horn from midcourt. It's wide right. That's the end of a thrilling quarter. 32-25. San Antonio at the end of the first quarter with a 7-point lead in Game 7 of the Western Conference Final. And if that's how the rest of the game is going to be, then buckle up. So, some first quarter numbers for you here. Through the first dozen, Spurs shot 57% from the field. Oklahoma City 43%. From 3, the Thunder were 3 of 13. The Spurs 4 of 8. On the glass, 15-6. Oklahoma City with 6 offensive rebounds. They had as many offensive rebounds as the Spurs had total. You had 6 Thunder turnovers lead to 7 Spurs points. But also the Thunder scored 7 points off of 3 San Antonio turnovers. Spurs in points in the paint plus 4. Spurs led for 97% of the quarter. Their largest lead was 14. The lead at the end of the quarter is half that, Seth.
Indeed it is. So, Matthew Owens, I'm telling you, I mean, who knows if it is sustainable, but all we know is Mr. Owens is the Spurs look pretty good so far.
It's looking really good. Um, that's as good as they could have hoped for.
Absolutely. A reminder, tomorrow, Matthew and I are back on the air with the NASCAR Cup Series, the Cracker Barrel 400. Matthew did his part by patronizing a Cracker Barrel earlier this morning. It is the Cracker Barrel 400. I guarantee he's going to have a lot more fun with this Cracker Barrel than he did the Cracker Barrel this morning. Just a hunch. It comes your way tomorrow night. 7 o'clock start, correct?
If Mother Nature cooperates.
If Mother Nature cooperates, which it is right now in Nashville, as we're in the final stage of the Grand National race. So that'll be tomorrow. Hope you'll join us for that. And then Tuesday, the Stanley Cup Finals get started. Game 1, Vegas, Carolina. Should be an absolute Donnybrook. And then about, 12 days or so, the World Cup is going to be starting, folks, and we can't wait for that. As Mexico and South Africa get the party started, is it going to be a doozy?
Yeah, what we have, as you said, Mexico and South Africa to start. And then the second game is Korea and Czechia.
Gonna be wild. Here we go.
So ready for the second quarter to start. Thunder bring it up the floor. As mentioned, shot 43% in that first quarter. Thunder bench outscored the San Antonio bench 12-2. SGA shoulders into the lane, and his step-back jumper in the mid-range rolls around the rim and drops in. Of course, that's been another one of the big stories of this series, the bench production from both teams. Thunder have had an enormous advantage there. Castle right elbow wrapped up top. Harper steps into a straight-on three and knocks it down. Dylan Harper with the three-pointer. Just 5 of 17 from 3 in the series prior to that hit. Spurs by 8. SGA a drive in from the left. Wembanyama draped on him. Bounce to Hartenstein, wrapped up top. Caruso a straight on three. Around the rim and out. Rebound was smacked to the perimeter, and we've got a foul going against Hartenstein, who grabbed the jersey of Wembanyama. Plug NBA NHL in the comments with us says hi. Pierre Moss in the comments with us. Best 2 words in sports, says Pierre. Glad to have you all with us tonight. Yeah, fistful of jersey there from Hartenstein as he gets called for the foul. Spurs on offense as Harper zigzags into the lane against Holmgren. Flipped it back to the perimeter. A collect by Castle. Centered Wembanyama, top of the arc. Fakes the three, dives it in. Harrison Barnes again amidst 2. Kicks it out, and Castle off right wing. 3 spins off. Rebound by McCain. Thunder up the floor from our left to our right. McCain hits the accelerator, then turns it to a trailing Caruso off the top of the arc. Champagny defends. Hartenstein out for the ball. Turns the corner. Wembanyama won't let him any further. Handoff left corner, Holmgren. Back to McCain. Wide out to his left on the baseline. Fadeaway jumper. Off the side of the rim, no. Rebound is off the leg of a Spur and out of bounds, but it looks like there's a whistle first. Foul going against San Antonio. Thunder will hold possession. A lot of jousting inside right now between Hartenstein and Wembanyama. This time Wembanyama called for the foul. That is his second. Inbound far side front court, Caruso in for Wallace. McCain out for the ball. Wallace holds, drives in from the left, shovels it back in the lane. Hartenstein with a lefty floater that he got just over the fingertips of Wembanyama, and he drops it down. Boy, you got to be either Mighty powerful or mighty skilled to get that to drop over Wembanyama. Castle drew a crowd inside. Kick right corner. Harrison Barnes up for 3-0. Weak side offensive rebound. Champagny, but he's called for a foul. And it's going back to the Thunder. I mean, Hartenstein had to arc that floater way up there to get it over Wembanyama and got it to drop. Those two are exchanging body blows each and every time down the floor. Oklahoma City with it here, and McCain had it punched out of his grasp. Out of bounds, stays with the Thunder. Trailed by as many as 14 in the first quarter. It's down to 6 here. Opening moments of the second. Inbound will come far side front court. Harrison Barnes and Steph Castle get a breather as they head to the bench. SGA starting this second quarter as he normally does on the bench for the Thunder. Inbound to Wallace. McCain high screen. Wallace gives to McCain. Steps around Champagny. Dribbles to the foul line. Fadeaway jumper. 15-footer with a good shooter's touch. McCain off the back of the rim. Gets it to drop. Thunder within 4. McCain's got 10. He's averaging 13 for the series. Fox squeezes his way by Caruso in the lane. His running floater rattles in against tough defense of McCain. 37-31. Here's Wallace flashing to the left corner. Trying to stay with him is Harper defensively. Wallace drives on him. Harper stands his ground. Wallace tries to take one more step. Plays it back to Hartenstein. Another floater over Wembanyama. Lefty no. Two bodies end up on the floor. That is Holmgren along with Carter Bryant behind the play. Wembanyama steps in right wing 3, and he lashes it down. Wembanyama rips the cords from outside. And meanwhile, two players at the officials on the other end, Fox and Caruso. Oh, Fox stepped out of bounds. That's what they're talking about. Caruso, not on that play, but on the possession where Fox scored, his left foot stepped out of bounds. It went uncalled. Caruso wanted to go over and let the official know about it. Fox then said, what are you whining about? I'm sure is the gist of what he was saying. This timeout taken by Oklahoma City. I have said this before. The best compliment that I can give Patrick Mahomes is that when he was still very new to the league and I started calling a bunch of Kansas City games, best compliment I can give him is that when I was calling Chief games, I just didn't call good games because I was so taken aback by what Mahomes was doing. He's so unorthodox with his movements and his arm angles and just the way it looks like he's going to run and then he pulls up and throws. It looks like he's going to throw and then he runs. And I was taken aback by that with Mahomes so much. And before anyone gets on here and says that I'm a Mahomes glazer, then you don't know who I am.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you're not kidding.
But that's the best compliment I can give him. And I give the same compliment to Wembanyama. I don't think I will ever call one of his games and not just be shocked and befuddled and start stuttering when I see this 7'5" giant just step into a 3 and nail it like he's Steph Curry.
Yeah, calling you a Mahomes glazer, that'd be like the guy on our one of our old platforms that called you a Kentucky fan, or the guy that in a Twitter war, I think, called you or was trying to call you, insinuate that you were a Jimmy Johnson fan, which we all know the law detector test determined that was a lie. 2007. I think our beautiful co-pilot here hated hated Jimmy Johnson more than he hated Satan himself. But yes, Brent Cruz is leading the Grand National race.
Oh, he's good.
Lap 128. By the way, speaking of good, running 10th, trying to grab 9th from a junior motorsports car, your boy Parker Retzloff.
I love Parker Retzloff. He ran a truck race last night with Halmar Friesen.
He is, yeah, I mean, I can make a he's the most underrated, underappreciated driver across all 3 divisions in the sport.
He's definitely the most underappreciated. I don't see how he's not getting more cup rides with even some of the lower teams. But, we got Chad Fincham on the track tomorrow again.
Well, hey, the Harrison Burton feel-good win a couple years ago, the big upset win he had, Parker Retzloff almost won that race.
Exactly right. But, good for Chad Fincham to be there tomorrow. Out of the timeout, Jared McCain speed dribbles into the front court, shovels it to Wallace, who brings it middle of the floor, top of the arc. Contact away from the ball between McCain and Harper. McCain ended up on the deck. He picks himself back up. There was no whistle. Now he's got the ball with 5 to shoot. Spins to the foul line. Back out Caruso. Downhill drive to the rim. Lefty layup. No. Jalen Williams with the offensive rebound and the stick back. Wembanyama on the bench. He gets a breather. SGA still on the bench for Oklahoma City. Ball handler is Fox down the middle, drive and kick. Left corner Bryant, centered ball for Champagny. Bryant, the rookie, off left wing. For Fox, the veteran, top of the arc, a 3. Around the rim and off. Rebound Wallace. Thunder ball. Cason Wallace, far left side of the floor. Crossover dribble on Harper. Gets space, shoots the 3, and it hits hard off the rim. No good. Goes over the glass and out of bounds untouched. It'll belong to the Spurs. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will check back in after being on the bench for the first 4 minutes of the second quarter. So SGA on the floor, Wembanyama not. See if SGA can take advantage of that. See if Oklahoma City as a whole can take advantage of not having that ultimate rim protector in. Fox dribbles forward, around a screen, gets to the left elbow, knifes it outside. Vassell, a return for Fox, in the lane, stripped by Caruso. Recovered off right arc Harper. Strong drive at Holmgren, who stands his ground and takes the ball away. SGA threads a bounce pass the other way. In transition, Caruso to the rim, lefty layup wouldn't go. Bryant had the rebound knocked out of his hands. Recovered, then Vassell, diagonaled on Fox, given to a running Bryant, who gets to the rim and lays it in. It hung on the front of the rim and dropped. Bryant spilled out into the photographer's stand, but he quickly accelerates back into the front court as SGA the other direction. Crossover dribble, hits the spin button, dishes underneath Wallace. And there's a whistle and a foul on the floor. Oh my goodness, that spin by SGA, good lord. And I don't know how in the world Carter Bryant finished that at the other end. Before that, Holmgren with a rejection on Harper. But what a finish from the rookie Bryant going at Holmgren. SGA's at the free throw line, and I'm not sure how because they are not in the bonus, and I did not think that was a foul while going in the act of shooting. He just missed a free throw, by the way. That, good lord, that is like breaking news. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just missed a free throw. Oh, he missed 2. He missed both of the free throws. He'd only missed 1 in the entire postseason prior to that. Castle at the other end, up with a lob. Cornette couldn't tap it in over the top with the left hand, but he got bodied and fouled by Holmgren. I'm still trying to see if my eyes are fooling me that SGA missed those free throws at the other end. Holmgren, meanwhile, commits the foul on Cornette, who was trying to go over the top. So Luke Cornette to the free throw line, and he bags his first free throw. Cornette, such an underrated pickup in the offseason by the Spurs. Former NBA champion with Boston in 2024. Cornette's second free throw is good. Hits a pair. The lead is 11. Thunder back the other direction in their blue Uniforms, white numbers, orange trim. Wallace, handoff, right perimeter. Gilgeous-Alexander gets free, shoots a three, and knocks it down. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pours in a triple, and then a timeout taken by San Antonio. Three-point shooting has been a struggle for SGA in this series against this defense. That's just the 7th three he's been able to hit. Got away with a push-off on Bryant. Got away with it and took advantage of it. 8-point margin here. Middle stage's second frame.
I mean, this is... Spurs are doing some... This is some old school Spurs things happening right here. Quite incredible. It is a final, by the way, from OKC. Alabama beats Nebraska 5-1. So, Alabama moves on, gets a day off, goes to the semifinals, whereas the winner, whereas Nebraska will now play Texas tomorrow at noon. And
Nebraska and Texas.
Well, actually, no, not at noon. I think it might be at 3 tomorrow. Anyway, it's the early game tomorrow, and all I can say is if it's Nebraska, better hope it doesn't turn into a football field, because Texas kind of owned to that series once that became a Big 12 deal.
Well,
but great stuff all the way around for college out there in college softball, and Nebraska, Texas should be an absolute Donnybrook. And again, coming in at halftime, we'll get you caught up on what happened today in the world of sports. College softball, another update there. College baseball, racing, MLB, and college baseball. I did say college baseball. So a lot to go on is the point I'm trying to make here. I usually ask you this question at halftime, but I'll ask you now, Matthew. What do the Thunder have to do to get regain control here?
They're going to have to match the physicality of San Antonio, because so far, Thunder have not gotten this game officiated the way they wanted it to be from Mark Davis, John Goebel, Mitchell Irvin, and Josh Tiven. They are letting a lot go. And I think we all, coming into this game, thought if it's a crew that's going to let a lot go, advantage San Antonio. If they're going to call every bit of contact, advantage Oklahoma City. So they're going to have to fight back and match that physicality. See if they can. A reminder that if you have not already and you're new here, follow us on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call that, at USportsNet, to stay in the loop. You can follow our unofficial page on the TikTok at Matthew Owens PXP and get USN event highlights. And stay intertwined with us if you are new to the channel, you like what you see, and more importantly, like what you have heard. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to get updated when we go live. Spurs inbound out of the timeout. Victor Wembanyama back on the floor. He's got it left of the lane. He squares up on Jay Will. He drives at him. He goes underneath. The reverse layup won't fall. Holmgren gets the rebound. Engineers it out to center for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Backpedals with Champagny defending. SGA gets a runway. Behind the back dribble. Zigzag drive. Left elbow gives it up. Short corner left. Baseline jumper. Jay will know. Wembanyama tried to reach all the way behind his earlobe for the rebound. Could not secure it. Out of bounds to the Thunder. Oklahoma City will trigger it in from underneath. Cason Wallace gets it into Jay Will. Back to SGA, left elbow, turns and faces Castle. Tries to draw a foul on the jumper, missed it. There was no whistle. Offensive rebound, SGA has it again. Now he'll drive with intent to the rim. That's what you need to do, SGA. Enough with the foul baiting. Drive to the rim. You're too good. You just showed us. You can do it. Champagny left wing three. No. J-Will flying for the rebound. Outletted Dort. Enough with the kooky games. Here he is, off right wing. He's too talented for that BS. Do what he just did. People will love him more. Here he is between the legs dribble. Drives by Champagny to the rim. Dumps it off. Holmgren at the rim. Had it knocked out of his hands by Champagny, but a foul. I think Wembanyama might want Mitch Johnson to challenge. I know it's a conversation right now, but see what he does and tries to foul bait on that jumper. I'm glad he missed. And then I'm glad they got the offensive rebound, and I'm glad when he got the ball back, he said, I'll just do it the right way, because he did. First free throw missed by Chet Holmgren. He's so good and so talented. We know that. But, good God, he's agonizing to watch sometimes. Holmgren's second free throw. Missed short. He missed them both. The rebound down to San Antonio. Castle gives it up for Harper, who brings it up. Entry feed Wembanyama. His arm grabbed by Williams. Foul is called. Thunder have missed 4 free throws, 2 by SGA and those last 2 by Holmgren. San Antonio is not yet in the bonus, so that last foul will not result in free throws. Caruso checks in for the Thunder. Inbound near side front court. Harper gets it in to Castle, squared up by Dort. Castle right-handed dribble. Champagny a screen. Castle a downhill drive at Dort, who is so tough to move. Missed the runner. Rebound is out of bounds. It belongs to the Thunder. Dort is like trying to move a pack of cinder blocks. Here's SGA into the front court, zigzagging. Gets by Champagny. Fadeaway jumper, right elbow. Bounces in off the rim. And again, he's got his arms in the air asking for a foul. They're not giving that to you tonight. No shortcuts to be taken. SGA's got 15. Right baseline drive, Vassell. Reverse layup, no. Castle with an offensive rebound. Sneaks back in and scores. Under 5 to go. Quickly, the Thunder back the other way. Dort elevates, gives it up underneath. J-Will was trailing in the middle of the paint. He floats it in. Thunder on a 9-2 run. Crowd is barking. Harper the other way, gives it up top. Wembanyama defended by Williams. Caruso's in the area. Wembanyama jab step. He tries to draw a foul on a runner. Didn't get the whistle. Missed the shot. Harper offensive rebound. Back at Wembanyama. Long three. Front of the rim. No. Rebound Caruso. Diagonal feed ahead in transition. Holmgren snatches it. Back to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Squared up by Champagny. SGA steps back. Doesn't have the space to shoot a three. Plays left corner Williams. Back to SGA. Fade back jumper. Left baseline. Caught! They're letting the MVP cook. And it's heating up. He's got 17. 11 in this quarter. 2-point game. Under 4 to go in the half. Who closes out the half with momentum? Wembanyama drive in the lane, off one leg, fadeaway jumper, would not go. Rebound Williams, outlet at SGA. Caruso forward. Centered ball back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso screens. Harper the switch. The pair of number 2s. Castle to help. Slip left corner. Williams in. Caruso left to the lane. Wembanyama defending. He's a foot taller. The handoff denied. Wembanyama the steal. Outlet Castle to the rim. Caruso fouls him. And there's some pushing and shoving after the fact, and Harper puts his arms around his teammate Castle to keep him from going after Lou Dort. It's not
Did I mention these teams don't like each other?
It's not the first time this series either that Caruso has grabbed Castle to prevent a transition basket, and Castle hasn't appreciated it.
Heads up play by Harper getting there immediately saying, we're not doing that here.
Yeah, that's the rookie. Yeah, Castle gave a bit of a... Oh, look at Harper. Oh, look at Harper. Castle gave a bit of a shove to Caruso's leg as he walked by, and Harper threw himself on the floor. He wasn't already on the floor. Harper threw himself to the floor to get on top of Castle. He knew exactly what was going on. We're going to get a review here. But, oh my goodness, give all the credit in the world to Dylan Harper there. He knew exactly what was going on, and he made the conscious decision to dive on the floor to get on top of his teammate, to prevent something really bad from sparking.
My God.
And again, you can't blame Castle for being upset, because that's happened to him multiple times in this series, and multiple times by Caruso.
Yep.
And you can't blame Caruso either. He's just trying to prevent an easy basket. That's close to a play on in the 80s, but I know we're not supposed to compare the 80s to now. There was a review. Apparently the call stands. And that call was a shooting foul on Caruso. I'm not fully sure why that was reviewed, unless it was being reviewed to see if it should be upgraded to a flagrant. Castle to the line, averaging 19 in the playoffs, 18 in this series. The whole world is going to talk about Wembanyama for years to come, but Steph Castle is a star in the making too. First free throw is good. How well has this team drafted?
Steph Castle, he knows a little bit about winning in championship games, championship environments.
Champagny to the bench to get a breather. One more for Castle, deep bend of the knees, flick of the wrist, free throw around the rim, swirls out, rebound Thunder with Jalen Williams. Alex Caruso will bring it up. Fox squares up on him defensively. Final 3 minutes first half. Spurs by 3 as you see. Caruso bounce pass SGA. Left elbow, fronts Castle, shoots over. Oh! SGA is unconscious! In the mid-range, hits it from just beyond the left elbow. He's got 13 points in this second quarter. Fox the other way, screen Wembanyama. Fox in from the left, hits the spin button. Fading jumper is pure! De'Aaron Fox. What a pickup he was. Traded from Sacramento last season. That franchise is doing great. SGA in the lane, shovels it back. Dort mid-range jumper, no. Offensive rebound, SGA. Reload Dort, straight on three. Got it! Lou Dort ties the game. The Thunder have eliminated an early 14-point deficit. We're tied at 49. Fox the other way, sprints left on the wing, SGA defends. Fox trying to go around him, down the middle. He spots an open shooter right corner. It's Keldon Johnson, and it rattles out. Gilgeous-Alexander has the rebound. The Thunder are looking for the lead. They have not led tonight. Caruso into the front court to our right. Fox fronts him. Caruso holds by his right waist. Feeds it right. Jalen Williams on the wing. SGA coming over for the ball. He's gotten hot. They double him. Gives it up. Williams, foul line. Jumper is down. It took until 90 seconds were left in the first half, but the Thunder have a lead. Fox is into the offensive end. Zigzag drive at the foul line. Stops. Had it knocked out of his hands. Rebound free. Holmgren flying through the air and tumbles to the ground as he scoops up the loose ball, and we get a whistle. Foul on Keldon Johnson.
When you watch this replay, Shea's eyes look like the Clemson Tiger mascot.
Keldon Johnson called for the foul, the reason for the whistle. Both teams are over the limit. So free throws coming up for Oklahoma City. And Holmgren to the line. First free throw is good. A 19.5 assist first half here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's starting to go into takeover mode. Holmgren with another at the line. And he hits it. Thunder by 4. Can the Spurs start to turn it back their way before we get to the locker room to get momentum back? Fox forward, gets to the foul line, flings it into the right corner. Johnson sneaks in. Wembanyama got in his way. Shovels it back to Wembanyama. Outside the 3, right wing with a minute to go. Pass across the arc for Vassell. Knocked out of bounds. Stays with San Antonio. A minute to go in this first half, which has been a thrill a minute. Inbound Castle, downhill drive in the lane, drew a crowd, wrapped it Johnson, extra feed Fox, left wing a 3, and he fires it down. That's a shot they needed, and De'Aaron Fox sticks it. 10 in the first half for D. Fox. SGA into the front court. Jousting with Castle. Screen comes from Dort. SGA throws it away. Steal Vassell. Ahead for Castle to the rim. SGA a block and a follow slam by the trailing Fox. Oh my goodness. 35 to go. Ball got kicked away afterwards. Thunder now inbound. Caruso speed dribble into the front court. Crisscrosses, spins in the lane, throws it up wildly. No! I don't know why he was going that quickly. Vassell got the rebound. Wembanyama brings it up. There's a 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Wembanyama switching from right hand to left on the dribble at midcourt. Back for Vassell, handed off Wembanyama. He'll drive down the lane, he hits the brakes, he spins, he falls away, he hits it off the glass! He's remarkable! Inbound Caruso, 3 seconds and 2. Caruso top of the arc, launches 3, no! Halftime in Game 7. Spurs by 3. To the locker room we go. In what is turning in to the game of the year, regular season or post, in the NBA. And that Thunder fan yelling an obscenity at Victor Wembanyama while he goes to the locker room might want to think again.
It's nice.
What a flurry of a finish to the first half. And what a first half overall, Seth. My gracious. Living up to the hype through 24.
You're not kidding, as we welcome you to the halftime report. And we start with news of a battle for the lead in Nashville in the Grand National race. They've just got 18 to go. Allgaier and Cruz side by side down the back straightaway for the race lead. And Matthew, while I'll be trying to keep up with that, I mean, sheesh. You used to use the term thrill a minute. That's what this first half's been. This is a battle of tug of war that neither team wants to let go of.
No, they've got all their energy at pulling the rope their direction here, and this is as good as it gets. Wow. What a spectacular first half of basketball, and we can only hope the second half does the same.
Well, Mr. Owens, you ready? You ready to go? And feel free if you want to share your thoughts or funny commentary, but you ready to go rapid fire on a big day in sports?
All right.
Earlier today, soccer was saved in Budapest, Hungary, say some people, as PSG win the Champions League for the second successive year, beating Arsenal on penalties. It was the first Champions League final since 2016 that went to extra time and penalties, and it was the first since 2018 in which both teams in the final scored a goal. It ended 1-1 after 120 minutes, 30 of which were unnecessary. But but Gabrielle's penalty that missed the bar, or missed, and boy, that still might be flying somewhere over the earth, over the stratosphere. But it's, yeah, add that to the Dino Baggio and Harry Kane penalties. I'll tell you. But it's PSG who win the Champions League, and I just think it's the darndest thing, Matthew. It is the absolute darndest thing. How many superstars did this team have for a freaking decade plus?
Yeah.
They lose all of them. Not saying they don't have really good players, but they don't have those superstars or super team. And go figure, they've won it now each of the last 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it was a fascinating game, the way it played out, and there were times late in the second half and into extra time where you looked, PSG was in total control of the game. They're surely gonna find a winner. Then you had Arsenal when they were able to take their opportunities. You thought maybe they could get one on the counter or on a set piece, which of course they've been so good at for a while now. Down to penalties it went. Yes, there was also a time, the bulk of extra time, where you thought, no one's going to score here. Let's just go straight to the penalties. But anyway,
call me a not real fan of the sport and call me, you're trying to Americanize it. I cannot stand 30-minute extra times. I just think having 2 halves of extra time is the most pointless thing we do in the sport.
Yeah. I mean, great season for Arsenal. Obviously, a heartbreaking end for them, but it's a fantastic season for the Gunners. But it's PSG that takes home the big trophy in Europe. What if they won 12 league titles in a row? So they needed another trophy.
Pierre's in the chat with us. He can he's the French football expert. He can probably tell us how many in a row they've won. Mark your calendars, by the way. August. I say mark the calendars, and I forgot the actual date. But in August in Salzburg, it'll be PSG and Aston Villa in the UEFA Super Cup. Arsenal, by the way, letting the nationalist the country pride people of England down. England could have swept all 3 European trophies after Villa's Europa League triumph and Palace's Conference League triumph, but 'twas not to be. Major League Baseball on this Saturday. 3 games in progress. Thought maybe you said something. All right. The Cubs lead the Cardinals 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Cubs had hit the skids for a while. Now they're trying to get it going.
They had a winning streak of like 12, and now they've got a losing streak of 11. Is it like?
It's a lot. They did win a game the other night, I think, to snap that. Atlanta leads Cincinnati 4-2 as they play in the bottom of the 8th. Ronald Acuna homered. And the Rockies lead the Giants 1-0. That game is in the bottom of the 1st. Tony V, Knoxville could really use you right about now. That's all I'll say about that. 3 games still to go later tonight. Shortly after 10 o'clock Eastern, Yankees at A's, Diamondbacks at Mariners, and Phillies Dodgers. Earlier today in the Bigs, White Sox over the Tigers 7-1. Some idiot picked Detroit to be the AL World Series representative. They've now lost 20 of their last 24 games.
God.
And there's talks that when he gets off IL, they might deal Tarek Skubal.
Well, I mean, if you're going to lose that much, I didn't realize they had lost 20 of 24.
That is
not
great.
If they're not going to be in contention for anything, then they probably need to while that value's still up. You can still get a lot for them.
Pittsburgh over Minnesota 10-9. Washington 9-4 over San Diego. Would you believe, Matthew, it took until May 30th for Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit his first home run of the season?
Oh, my gosh.
But the Nationals, they got 6th in the 7th, and that helped the Nats get above 500. Orioles beat the Blue Jays 6-5. They scored 5 runs of the 9th. Pete Alonso singled in the winning run with the bases loaded. I'll tell you, the Mets could use a guy like him. They're making real good decisions. Rangers got a 3-run ninth to walk off the Royals 7-6. Ezekiel Duran with an Oppo RBI single. But the Mets did win today. They beat the Miami Marlins 6-1. Christian Scott got his first big league win, and Hayden Singer hit his first homer. So good day, perhaps, for the Mets' future. Angels, 2 touchdowns. Anaheim, 2 touchdown runs from Jerome Bettis as they won 14-3 over Tampa Bay. Oh, sorry, this is a baseball game. In modern day times, Angels beat the Rays 14-3 today at the Trop. Red Sox 9-1 over Cleveland. Connor Wong, John Duran, 3 runs. They drove in 3 runs apiece. And Houston beat Milwaukee 9-2. Christian Walker had a homer, so too did Jeremy Pena. So that's what's happening in the MLB. How about a trip to the W? 2 games in the books today, or 1 game in progress. Portland leads Indiana 52-39. The Fever as a team are 1 of 10 from 3. So they play that game in the 3rd quarter. Earlier today, Toronto setting a WNBA record, Matthew, by sinking their first 31 free throws.
Oh my God.
They beat Seattle 93-72. Well, SGA is from Canada, and I guess he was coaching tempo in his off time.
Good Lord.
Marina Mabry, 18 points. Kiki Rice with 13 of her 17 coming in the second half for the tempo. And Connecticut beat LA 84-81, snapping a 3-game skid. Sun got 17 points and 14 rebounds from Anissa Morrow. PGA, Eric Cole fired 8 birdies en route to a 7-under 63. He'll take a 1-shot lead heading into the final round of tomorrow's Charles Schwab Challenge at the Colonial Country Club in Texas. 2 laps to go in Nashville, lap and a half to go. Justin Allgaier has now pulled away from Brent Cruz by north of a second. Allgaier looks as if he is going to continue his excellent start to the Grand National season. As we mentioned earlier today, at the Women's College World Series, Tennessee, Emma Clark walked off Texas Tech in the 9th, 2-1. Lady Vols move into the semifinals. So does top seed Alabama with a 5-1 win over Nebraska. The college baseball tournament is doing college baseball tournament kind of things. UCLA was on the verge of going 0-2, but back-to-back home runs and then a walk-off base hit in the 9th saves the number 1 overall seed. Bruins eliminate Virginia Tech. The first national seed to go home this year, number 9 seed Southern Miss. They were beaten by Virginia in that game today. Other games, a lot going on here. Some notable other elimination games today. Tennessee got eliminated today. They were the first team to get eliminated. 5-4 by VCU. Elsewhere in elimination games today, Wake Forest over Binghamton 12-3. NC State, Elliott Avent's career came to an end. They lost a continuation game to UCF 9-3. Then lost just a downright stupid game to 4th national seed Auburn 17-13. Kentucky, unfortunately, has beaten number 16 overall seed West Virginia 11-9. A Cats team that probably shouldn't have been in the tournament now is in the regional final. Funny how that works. Number 5 overall seed North Carolina is 2-0 in their regional, 7-5 over East Carolina. Number 3 Georgia, 2-2 as well. They beat Liberty 6-2. Just going to focus on the national seeds because, well, you can't go a whole score because there's so much crap going on. In progress right now amongst national seeds. Number 10, Florida State. That's an elimination game. Leads Coastal Carolina 2-1 in the... Actually, I believe I'm hearing that game has been postponed because it's June in Florida and weather's involved. I know that stuns you to find that out. Number 2, national seed Georgia Tech, and their high-octane offense leads Oklahoma 5-3 at the bottom of the 7th. In Lawrence, top of the 9th, 15th seed Kansas leads Arkansas 5-3. Number 7, Alabama leads USC Upstate 1-0 at the top of the 3rd. In the top of the 6th, number 6, Texas is raking 13-0 over Tarleton. Number 8, Florida leads Miami 6-1 at the top of the 3rd. Bottom of the 5th, 13th seed Nebraska leads Mississippi 1-0. Number 12, Texas A&M's in an early hole, 1-0 down to Texas State in the top of the second. And at the end of the second, number 11 Oregon scoreless with Washington State. And at the top of the second, number 14 overall seed Mississippi State beat Cincinnati, or is tied with Cincinnati, I should say, 11-1. Trust me, if there's any other, even if it was unseeded, any other notable power conference team that got eliminated today, and doesn't look like it. USC held on. Oregon State did. Oklahoma State did. Beat Alabama State. That was a tough one for the SWAC there. Alabama State was really hanging around with Oklahoma State for a good chunk of the day. Matthew, anything else I'm missing?
Please, read the tennis scores.
Oh, that's exactly right. That's, yeah, I knew it.
You're talking about a whole lot of crap going on.
Yeah, what in the dang heck's going on, some might would say. Round of 32. You want to start with the ladies or the gentlemen?
Let's go with the women first.
Naomi Osaka in 3 sets wins over the number 17 seed Iva Jovic, 7-6, 6-7, and then 6-4. As those two, the first 2 sets went to tie breaks, I believe, or 7-5 and then 7-3 Jovic before winning. Also advancing is the 114th ranked player in the world, Maja Shawalinska.
There you go.
I'm sure I butchered the F out of that. The Polish player in 3 sets over Maria Sakkari. I actually have heard of her. 25th seed Diana Schneider beat the Ukrainian player Alexandra Olinkova, 7-5 and 6-1. Valenchuing. But anyway, Amanda Valerina sauce.
Okay. Okay.
Amanda Anisimova is gone in 3 sets. We've lost Amanda Anisimova. Diane Paris, the 92nd ranked player in the world, wins that one in 3 sets. Arna Sabalenka, the number 1 seed, no problem, winning in straight sets over Kastakina. Also advancing, Coco Gauff is gone.
Yes.
That was the big one, losing to Anastasia Potapova in 3 sets. Madison Keys, though, keeps American hopes alive with a 3-set win over Victoria Mboko, the Canadian. And also winning in 3 sets was the 22 seed Anna Sakaya, as she defeated the Colombian Maria Camilla Osorio Serrano. You killed my father, prepared to die.
Okay.
Anyway. ATP, that's the men.
That is the men.
Men's has been absolutely stupid, and it continued. Redbox did get some revenge because Felix Auger-Aliassime won over the American Brandon Nakashima. That one went 4 sets. Francis Tiafoe and his match with 150 Jaime Faria turned into an absolute pissing contest. They were about something. I only saw the clip. Faria won the first 2 sets. Tiafoe responded by winning the last 3.
Why don't you quit trying to act like you're tough? You're not hard, bro. Just play.
Also moving on in 5 sets, Matteo Arnaldi, the 104th ranked player in the world, he beat the Belgian Rafael Collinon. That's Belgium. I'm sorry.
Belgium.
Chilean Alejandro Tabilo beat Frenchman Moisa Kouame in 5 sets. That went 11-9 at the time. And dang, there's a lot going on, and the game's about to start. Carundolo won, Berrettini, Cabolia, and Savada also won. That's not good, but we got a basketball game to get back to. So, Matthew, back to you mercilessly.
What a mess the French Open has been. All these matches going 5 hours, and God bless. What a kooky French Open this has been. Oh dear. So just about ready for the second half to start. 56-53 lead for San Antonio at halftime. They have yet to lose a game this postseason when leading at the half. 8-0 in the playoffs when leading at halftime. They lead on the road here in Western Conference Final Game number 7, the Paycom Center, the Thunderdome. in Oklahoma City. Winner of this game will host Game 1 of the NBA Finals against the New York Knicks next week. Finals get underway next Wednesday, June the 3rd. What an atmosphere, what a first half. Hopefully the second half will live up to all of it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 13 points in the second quarter, 19 in the first half on 8 of 11 shooting with 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Victor Wembanyama with 13, second half underway. Alex Caruso dribbles into the front court to our left. Gives for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Thunder on offense. SGA crossover drive. Feed left corner. Jalen Williams up for 3. No. Tap follow wouldn't fall for Holmgren. Rebound taken by Vassell. And San Antonio brings it up. Spurs in black uniforms. White number silver trim attacking to our right. Steph Castle jab step right wing to the foul line. In the lane. Feeds the left corner. Fox shoots a 3 over Caruso. Comes up short. Caruso lassos in the rebound. Here come the Thunder. Can their offense go on a run here like championship teams so often do when they need it? SGA off the left elbow. Wrapped pass for Cason Wallace out to the right corner. Caruso steps in, a floater, glass and rim miss. Wembanyama the rebound, rifles the outlet for Vassell. Vassell one-hands it to the top of the arc. Stepping his Castle to the elbow. Wembanyama screens. Back to Vassell off left wing. Pulls up with an elbow jumper, and that rattles in. Devin Vassell in the mid-range hits the 15-footer left of center. 9 for Vassell. Gilgeous-Alexander the other way. Swings it cross-court for Holmgren. Holmgren right perimeter. Given for Caruso. Caruso top of the key. Gives it into the left wing. Wallace. Shovel to the corner. Williams had it dribble off his foot. He recovered. Got it back on a quick return from Caruso. And Williams hits a running floater. Middle of the paint. We have not had a lead change in the second half of a game in this series since that back and forth game 1. Wembanyama attacking in from the left. Oh, and a Statue of Liberty slam. One-handed. Get him ready for New York next week. Here's SGA driving in at Wembanyama from the left. Layup blocked. Wembanyama. A slam at one end and a nasty rejection at the other. We have never seen a basketball player in our lives like him. Inbound will come from underneath. Caruso into Williams, short corner right, floated up top, SGA, it got away from him. He's able to run it back down. Holmgren screen, Champagnie switches onto SGA, timer at 4. Gilgeous-Alexander wriggles free, shoots a 3, and knocks it down. Wembanyama versus SGA right now. Everybody else just clear off the court. Give us one-on-one. Wembanyama left elbow steps through Holmgren to the rim, layup, no! Wembanyama bear-clawed the rebound out of bounds. It's going to the Thunder. Just what everyone wanted, what the NBA wanted. Here's Caruso flashing in from the right. Staggers in, kicks out, left corner. Holmgren head fake, gives it up. Williams, left corner, fakes the 3, steps in, kicks it up top. Caruso's free to fire, and he swishes down a 3 to give the Thunder the lead. And there is the first lead change in the second half of a game in this series since game 1. Castle down the lane drive, blocked by Wallace. Rebound free, bodies on the floor. Out of bounds to the Thunder. How great is this? How great is this? This is the NBA at its best. This is top shelf stuff. Thunder from our right to our left. Wallace into the front court. Champagnie squares up on him. Wallace off right wing. Flipped up top. SGA, screen from Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander dribbles left elbow, leans into contact on a jumper, and this time he got Castle airborne and drew the foul. Finally, SGA gets the foul by getting his defender airborne in front of him. So he'll step to the line. And he knocks down the first. He missed 2 free throws earlier in this game. He had only missed 1 all postseason. One more for Shea at the line. Trying to push the lead to 3 for Oklahoma City. Their largest lead of the game has been 4. He knocks down the second free throw. San Antonio up the floor, handled by Castle. The Thunderdome has gotten loud. High screen Vassell. Castle whips it left corner. Catch and shoot. 3 is down. Julian Champagny splashes one from the corner. And that's all he does is hit threes. Good gracious. Here's Oklahoma City back on offense with SGA. Right of the lane, scooped out Dort. Cross-court McCain. Left corner Williams. Good rotation. Bounce pass. Deflected. Stolen. Fox in transition in full flight. Poked away by Dort, who dives on the floor to get the loose ball. Trying to get it back from him. Castle. Whistle blows. Timeout Thunder. Dort got the timeout in after he got the steal. What a defender that man is. He's as good as it gets defensively. Lou Dort. What a game. What a game.
What was your quote about Game 7s not being masterpieces earlier? So far, this one's pretty darn good.
I tell you.
Multi-view update, by the way, now includes basketball along with Cincinnati, Mississippi State. Let's see. And you know what? I'll just add for the heck of it, Miami, Florida, and Ole Miss, Nebraska. Or I could do My View with Laura Trump is on here. Or Crooked Media on MS Now. MS Right Now, as some would say. Who am I? Why am I here?
Oh, dear.
Aaron Rodgers is bald.
Aaron Rodgers is what?
Bald. B-A-L-D. Bald.
Aaron Rodgers is bald?
Yeah, apparently he shaved his head, yeah. They spot him at OTA, looking like Walter White looking ass. Anyway.
So...
That damn bastard Aaron Rodgers. Oh, that's a shot from Mississippi. Is the Park going to be able to handle it? Just barely. It drops base hit. That's definitely going to drive a run in. An RBI double is going to tie the game. Boy, it took him. Oh, 2 runs scored. Yeah, the base run. The base graphic, Espen, is slow as shit. Anyway. All right, Matthew, back to you in the tower.
We only have one more year to deal with Aaron Rodgers. Just one more. Andrew Kurland on PRN channeling his inner Marty Snyder tonight, I see. Kurland asking...
Oh, God, what did the oh brilliant one say now?
Kurland asking Allgaier what this win means for his legacy.
No, a May 30th win at Nashville, and he was deemed to be better than a certain someone I know. Yeah, I got dose words for you. Mikulo.
Yeah, Marty Snyder last week. It is officially Marty Snyder season, and it is for the rest of the year.
I was gonna say he's here rest of the way, Buster.
I mean, good Lord. Last week, Daniel Suarez, he once won an Xfinity Series championship. Is this win, Daniel, in some ways more important? What a stupid question.
I did hear that live. God almighty.
Don't make him answer that question. God, Marty, enough.
What the hell kind of question? Remember, I used to think he was pretty good. That's a Florida home run. I used to think he was good. I don't know what's happened to him. Did he spend too much time with Rick Allen or what?
Thunder inbound out of the timeout. Into the front court, Cason Wallace. Defended by De'Aaron Fox. Wallace drifts to his left on the perimeter. Switches hands on the dribble and squeezes it into the corner for SGA. Bounce pass to the inside. Hit the leg of Wembanyama. Out of bounds, a kicked ball. Shot clock will recoil. Tied at 63 in Game 7 of the Western Conference Final. Inbound will come near side front court from Wallace. Gets it in to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gives to Hartenstein for a foul line floater. No. Wembanyama goes up and just stabs the rebound somehow. Spurs are ahead with Castle. Centered Wembanyama, top of the arc, fakes the three. He'll drive. Kick, left corner. Champagnie rises. Three, no, but he got fouled. Champagnie fouled, and he'll shoot three. Foul is on Lou Dort. And Champagnie to the line. And Wembanyama over to the San Antonio bench hugging. Is that Bismack Biyombo? Champagnie's first free throw is good. Julian Champagnie from St. John's. Traded to San Antonio from Philadelphia in his rookie season. Second free throw, swirling miss. That was in the 2022-23 season when he was a rookie and traded from Philadelphia. Third free throw from Champagnie is good. He goes 2 out of 3. Spurs take a 2-point lead. Cason Wallace again walks the ball into the front court to our left for the Thunder. Picked up by Fox. Wallace cuts right. There's a big collision away from the ball on the near side between Vassell and McCain, and I think they called an offensive foul on McCain. But with that said, Vassell is over at the official complaining, and then he looks over to his bench and wants them to challenge. That was a huge coming together. Oh my goodness. Those two were kind of moving as one, and they both ran into Hartenstein. That was like sumo wrestling at a county fair. All right. Anyway, off the inbound, Spurs bring it up. And Castle to the right elbow, angles it outside. Champagnie loads up a three and swishes it down. Julian Champagnie lighting it up from distance. 5-point game. SGA the other way. Crossover dribble in for the left. Fadeaway jumper over Wembanyama, and he pours it in. I don't know how he got it over the fingertips of Wemby. Castle the other way, cutting from right to left. Leaning to the elbow, kick left corner, three up, off the rim, no, from Keldon Johnson. Champagnie offensive rebound, reload up top. Harper back for Champagnie, then Wembanyama. Right arc with 7 to shoot. 5 to shoot as he centers for Harper. Wembanyama screen. Harper's going to have to make magic. Pull-up jumper over Caruso is good. Dylan Harper with the mid-range jumper. 6.5 to go in the third. Caruso the other way. Winding drive to the rim from the right. Layup around the rim, no. Rebound Champagnie. Shoveled ahead Harper. Zigging and zagging on McCain. Spinning, kick out. Champagnie left alone, straight on three, of course. It's good. Timeout Thunder. You cannot leave Julian Champagnie alone. What a shooter. Julian Champagnie drains it from distance. Oklahoma City with a timeout. Victor Wembanyama falling after the play. He wanted a foul called for contact. None given. And we've got a timeout on the floor. The Spurs back ahead by 8. Whew. If he keeps shooting threes like that, Julian's going to help them pop the Champagnie after this one.
Oh, very well done. This fall, fingers crossed, good Lord's willing, and the creeks don't rise. College football coming back to USM and the National Football League as well. Kickoff on a Wednesday night this year. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen. a Super Bowl rematch as the Patriots face the Seahawks. And then who wants the Australia game? JT, that could be his game. And then, of course, college football. Not the greatest first weekend, but that second weekend slapped with Oklahoma, Michigan, and then Ohio State and Texas, and then
we're going to have LSU Clemson, so we're going to get certainly the best game of the opening week, and a couple weeks after that, we will not be taking on Kent State and Ohio State.
Well, I'm glad you said a couple of weeks from now, because a couple weeks from now, a game that was put on the schedule back in January by a certain someone, LSU at Ole Miss, a 7:30 Eastern kickoff. What could possibly go wrong? I looked over there when I was looking at the schedule one time. I was like, that little devil. Well, not little. He's not little, but that devil. He done made that on the scale. Look at him go. By the way, I still love JT on our old platform being with us for the Pop-Tarts Bowl and the Alamo Bowl at stupid o'clock. Where I was trying to, didn't want to be condescending, but I was trying to kind of, explain the overtime rules. He said, let me take a guess. And they even naming the overtime rules.
Well.
And of course, who could forget New Year's Eve while I'm at a party with friends? That, don't worry, don't keep scared, Matthew. It wasn't one of those 50 people like deals. It was just a few friends. But, one of the all-time messages sent into Twitter inbox by Matthew while I'm eating this great food. Look at the level of sexiness on this screen. Katie George and JT's hair. For the rest of time, I'm going to see Katie George, and that message is going to be the first thing that comes into my mind.
Oh, Lord.
It's going to be a default setting. Katie George and Josh Turner, linked forever in my mind.
Sure, absolutely.
What a scary place to be.
Midway through the third, Spurs bring it up. Castle feeds it up for Harper. Kenrich Williams defends. Harper with a pocket pass cross court for Champagnie. There's a foul away from the ball. It's on the Thunder. And Jalen Williams a bit shaken up after, as he and Wembanyama clattered into one another. Spurs looking to inbound. NBC missed it. And then whatever happened, an offensive foul has been called on the Spurs. Spurs inbounded it before NBC was ready. So I can't tell you what happened, but it's an offensive foul. Here come the Thunder back up. SGA with it off left wing. Apparently it was on Castle, his third. SGA sneaks in, whips it right corner. Holmgren extra feed. Williams down the middle drive. Kick left corner. Kenrich Williams attacks left lane line. Forced it up, no. Wembanyama wrestles away the defensive rebound. Forwarded on for Harper. Back to Wembanyama trailing. He'll low throw up a right wing three and knock it down. Victor Wembanyama making it rain from distance. The Spurs are on a 16-2 run. They lead by 11. SGA has it. Champagnie squares up. Thunder fans getting anxious. SGA pull-up jumper, no. Holmgren tip follow, no. Rebound out of bounds. It's going to San Antonio. Wembanyama waving his arms back and forth. He's winning the individual duels right now. Castle into the front court for the Spurs. Ball reversal. Champagnie catch and shoot three. Left wing, no. Holmgren climbed over the top of Wembanyama to get the rebound. Outletted Caruso. Head down. Throttle pedal down to the rim. Fouled by Castle. Caruso ends up on the deck. Castle probably taking a little bit of solace in seeing Caruso end up on the deck for once, as Caruso's helped to his feet. Castle was the one called for the foul. That is his fourth. So that's a major moment there. Fourth foul on Steph Castle. And Caruso to the line. A 16-2 spell here by the Spurs. Lead is 11. Caruso has gathered himself, and here he goes to the line, where the first is good. Long stretch without a field goal here for Oklahoma City. Fox checks back in for Castle. Hartenstein back in again for Oklahoma City. He replaces Holmgren. McCain back in as well. What a role player he's been in this series. Can he provide a spark off the bench? Caruso at the line. Slight bend of the knees, flick of the wrist. He knocks down both. San Antonio on offense. Wembanyama on the bench. Cornette in for him. Harper brings it the other way. Dribble drive at SGA. Wrap around to Johnson up top. Deflected by Caruso. Johnson holds. Drives inside. Layup no. Cornette's tap follow wouldn't go either. Thunder have it. SGA the other way. Leaves it right wing. McCain back to SGA. Up for a lob. Through the fingertips of Hartenstein and out of bounds. A Thunder turnover. 12th turnover of the game for Oklahoma City. Spurs again with Fox. A drive in from the right. He had a runway. Floater no. Cornette. Tap follow rattled out. And then a foul going for the loose change against Hartenstein. Neither team is in the bonus, so no free throws off that foul. Inbound near side front court. Fox drives up the middle, leaves it right wing. Vassell lines up for three. No. Johnson ripped away the offensive board from SGA. There was a bunch of contact. Johnson's put back wouldn't go, but there's another foul. It's on Oklahoma City again. And SGA was not in rebounding position there against Johnson. They got tangled up. And it's Shea who's called for the foul. Wembanyama's already back up at the scorer's table to check in. Free throws. Oh, and the first one off the back rim twice and no good for Keldon Johnson. First round pick in 2019 for the Spurs. Another free throw for Keldon out of the University of Kentucky. 10 points per game in this series. Second foul shot is good. He goes 1 out of 2. The lead is 10. Final 4 minutes of the third quarter. Caruso will dribble forward. Give it to SGA. Still a long stretch between field goals for this Thunder team. SGA tries to end it with a fadeaway off the left baseline. It bounces twice off the rim, won't go, but a foul is called. SGA will get free throws. It's in the act of shooting. Wembanyama is the one called for the foul. That is his third. Remember, picked up the second with a couple minutes left in the second quarter, so he's gone basically a full quarter before picking up the third. Gilgeous-Alexander at the free throw line sinks the first. Finals begin on Wednesday, either here in Oklahoma City or in San Antonio. The Knicks will play the winner of this game. Gilgeous-Alexander hits the second free throw. Spurs haven't been in 12 years. Knicks first time there in 27. Thunder, of course, were there and won it last year. Here's De'Aaron Fox, left elbow. Back out, Johnson, free to fire. Straight on a three. It's off the back of the rim. Cason Wallace has the rebound with 3.5 to go in the third. Thunder need a spell here. Wallace finds Caruso and sticks it in his arms. Back to Hartenstein, dribbles on the perimeter to his left. Handoff SGA. Hartenstein a screen, rolls to the basket. SGA holds, 7 to shoot. In from the left, steps back, tries to draw contact on Vassell on a three and does. It'll be 3 free throws. Three free throws for Shea. Vassell got caught. I don't know how he has the body control to step back, fake, and not just fall down on his own and then lean into contact and then, do the falling down. First free throw is good. How many of their the last handful of points for the Thunder have had to be from the free throw line? It's been a long time since their last field goal. Two more for Shea. At the line, 88% for the season. Hits the second. 13th player in NBA history to win back-to-back MVPs. First since Nikola Jokic not too long ago. Led the league in scoring last year at over 32 points per game. This year at 31, was second in the league. Hits all 3 of his free throws. They are within 5. Spurs on the ball with Fox bringing it up. Puts his head down on Wallace and hands it off. Vassell, top of the circle, 18-foot jumper, no. Wembanyama, offensive rebound, poked away by McCain. Recovered by Fox. Locates Vassell, right wing a 3. Launched up, no. Rebound, long out to the perimeter. Vassell taps it to Fox. Another reload for the Spurs. Wembanyama, top of the arc against Hartenstein. Steps to his right, launches a 3. Wide left, another offensive board. Harper, but there's a foul. It's against the Spurs. Caruso was pushed to the floor by Johnson. Possession going to Oklahoma City. Johnson keeps yelling no over to the San Antonio bench. He can't believe he was called for that foul. Both teams are in the bonus, so this is free throws the other way for Caruso. Caruso with a chance to cut it down even further here at the stripe. And he does by hitting the first. They're going to bring Steph Castle back in with 4 fouls. Looks like they might. Trying to just scroll through here for you guys and try to find the last time Oklahoma City hit a shot from the field. Gosh, it's been a long time. They have not hit a shot from the field in the last 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Second free throw is good for Caruso. They're on a 7-0 run. Their last 9 points have come from the free throw line. Fox jitterbugs inside. A running floater is good. So nearly 5 minutes since their last made field goal. Wallace turns the corner. Flings it to the right wing. McCain peels back from Fox. Hands off for SGA. High screen Hartenstein. SGA zigzags. Launches a fadeaway left of the lane. That's off the front of the rim. Rebound to Vassell. Spurs rebound. Boy, this defense doing all they can. Thunder just 4 made field goals for the quarter. Darting inside is Fox, and he draws a foul on his way to the rim. Foul is on Caruso. And again, that'll be free throws as both teams are over the limit. Neither team, by the way, shooting 40% from the field in the quarter. Thunder are 31%. San Antonio's 35%. Defenses have turned up the heat. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We might be getting a Mark Daignault challenge here. And we are. A challenge by the Thunder on the foul called against Caruso. So they'll step to the monitor. We'll step away. And Seth, all of a sudden, at least in this third quarter, defenses have turned up the pressure. They've turned up the intensity. Shots aren't falling as free-flowingly as they were in the first half. And Oklahoma City hasn't made a shot from the field in 5 minutes. Good thing they're getting to the line.
That's for sure. Update baseball land, top of the fourth. Florida leads Miami 7-5, but the Hurricanes have the bases loaded and 1 out. Cincinnati, who's got the nation's home run leader, tied with Mississippi State 1-1. That's at the top of the fourth. And bottom of the sixth in Lincoln, Ole Miss leads 3-1, but the Huskers have 2 on and 1 out in front of a great crowd in Lincoln. That should surprise absolutely nobody. Half the state is there. The other half is in OKC with the softball team. But yes.
If you told me earlier, here's a verdict.
Therefore, this is a successful challenge, and imminent possession will be awarded to OKC.
It's a successful...
The timeout, and they have no additional challenges.
Okay, it's a successful challenge, so it's no foul on Caruso, and the Thunder will get possession back. Now, of course, the Thunder now no longer have any challenges left. That's one of the stupid rules about the challenges. If you use one and get it right, you get to keep it for a second. But once you use the second, even if you get that one right, you are now out of challenges. That makes no sense. Real quick, before we go back to play, if you told me earlier, if you reported it earlier, I've already forgotten. What is UCLA won today?
They did. They won in walk-off fashion. They were down to their last. They were down in the bottom of the ninth, but scored 3 runs to eliminate Virginia Tech and stay alive.
I see. SGA submarines his way inside, fading away, falling down, shot in tight, miss short, looking for a whistle. There was none. Spurs rebound. Wembanyama up the right baseline in the lane, spins it out. Champagny extra pass into the left corner. Castle lines up 3-0. Holmgren two-hands the rebound with 1.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 5-point game. Thunder are down to 2 timeouts left for the game after that challenge, by the way, so only 2 timeouts for the last 13 minutes and change. Wallace cruising down the lane, back outside Williams, up top Dort, flipped SGA. Late timer, it's at 4. Chiseling on the perimeter with Champagny, back out Williams, rainbow 3, splashes down, off left wing. Finally a field goal for Oklahoma City, and it's Jalen Williams dropping a bomb from distance. Timeout, San Antonio.
Here we go.
Jalen Williams, that 3. If we had a golf tracker on it, it would look like a Dirk Nowitzki 3. I didn't know if it was ever going to come down. But it's nothing but the net on the 3 from J-Will. And we've got a timeout on the floor. That's their first basket, Seth, from the field in nearly 6 minutes. And even after going that long without a basket, it brings them to within 2.
Real. I mean, picked a heck of a time to get that first field goal. This Cincinnati coach we're talking to has got a Diet Mountain Dew can in front of him. That's classic.
That's an enormous shot.
It's a huge shot.
I mean, where there's a J-Will, there's a J-Way.
One of the biggest. Good God, the Cincinnati assistant coach got a Santa Claus beard.
Listen.
Good Lord, you lucky to be an extra for a ZZ Top tribute band. Don't tell me maggots live in that thing. Jesus. Yes, I'm here for the entertainment. Anybody that comes from TikTok, tomorrow I'll be serious-ish calling a race, but on nights like this, I'm either doing studio or here just for funsies. There's Steven Adams.
There
Good
he
Lord.
is.
Easy to find.
Oh, yeah. Sure is. So the Spurs took a timeout. That timeout situation is awfully interesting. Mark Daignault has gone through a bunch of them. Spurs out of the timeout, bring it up. We strike the final minute of the third. Castle on the floor with 4 fouls. Flips a pass on the perimeter up top. Wembanyama fakes a 3, drives at Williams, kicks left corner, 3 up. Vassell, no. Castle reaching for the rebound on a reload. Wembanyama fakes a left wing 3, goes at J-Will. There's contact. Wembanyama falls to the floor hard. I think a bit voluntarily, but a foul is called. I mean, it should have been a foul, but I think there was a little bit extra to that. Yeah, this is the legacy of James Harden. Not all the offense, not even all the choking, but all the flopping. Wembanyama's first free throw is good. Of course, the NBA Finals start on Wednesday, so you can assess from the finals being here that James Harden's season is over, as Wembanyama's got another free throw. Deep breath at the line, and a swirling miss. Dort snatches the rebound. Thunder bring it up, and they've got it set up really well for a 2-for-1 to end this quarter. McCain gives the ball up to SGA. High screen from J-Will. SGA defended by Champagny. He'll drive in from the left, in the paint, stop, reversed up top. Wallace up for three. Hard off the rim, no good. Harper the rebound. Then he got bumped down by Dort. They play on. There was no whistle. Champagny up with the loose ball, slips it ahead. Vassell puts it in the hands of Fox. 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. A 3-second difference between the clocks. Dort squares up on Fox, standing on the midcourt logo. Screen Wembanyama. Fox wraps it to him. Wembanyama slips, spins, foul line, whirling Dervish shot as the shot clock winds down. No. Rebound Wallace. He got up a 70-footer at the buzzer, and he got it onto the glass, but wide right. That's the end of the third quarter. It's the Spurs by 3 through 3. And it's the money quarter of Game 7 coming up. San Antonio up on the road. 80-77, and here we go. Fourth quarter next. And as you hear me do plenty with JT, it is now time for Seth Waffles. Not sponsored by the Waffle House yet, but Seth Waffles as I get up and get a drink.
I had to take care of a little bit of a personal issue myself for about 5 seconds. Oh, Lord. So, again, a lot going on here. Game number 7. Winner to face the New York Knickerbockers in the NBA Finals. And a reminder, the NBA Finals schedule has been released. Game 1 will be in either OKC or San Antonio on June the 3rd. That is Wednesday night. So, just to let all you know, that's Wednesday night. Game 2 will be Friday night. And then June 8th will be Game 3 at MSG. June 10th is Game 4. If necessary, Game 5 would be June 13th. June 16th would be Game 6, and then Game 7, if necessary, would be June the 19th. So that's what's happening in the base. That's what's happening. That's the NBA Finals schedule, but man, this is getting pretty darn gnarly here. So the Spurs, 12 minutes away from the final. The Thunder trying to absolutely do it. Here we go. Matthew, if you're back, this is going to be fun, man. So, we continue on with waffles here. Waffles, waffles, waffles. Milk and cereal, cereal and milk. Matthew needs to come back quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Well, you had plenty to talk about.
What do you mean I had plenty to talk about?
Oh my God! All the baseball, all the everything, softball.
Oh well. I didn't. Just
normally this segment is just JT talking about banana ball going on, and nobody follows it except for him.
There's Paige Becker.
There's Paige Beckers.
Hey, today the W's on Dig NBC tomorrow. Aces
Yeah.
and Valkyries.
Not including Paige Beckers.
Yeah.
So we have an update from Parlay Prince as this fourth quarter gets underway.
Oh, I'm wondering if you got that message.
More on that momentarily. Spurs start the fourth quarter with the ball up 3. Entry feed left of the lane. Wembanyama turns and faces Williams. Now will try to back him down. Holmgren to help on a double. Fade away, Wembanyama. No, but a foul. Oh. Tried to come over and help, did Holmgren. And the foul called. Yes, Parlay Prince needs a Spurs victory to turn $2,500 into $1.7 million. He was offered a cash out of $612,000 and said no. Well, God be with him. When Wembanyama's first free throw misses, he'll be looking at every free throw miss incredibly different than everybody else will down the stretch of this one. Oh my gosh. His parlay, by the way, was Michigan to win the national championship in basketball, the United States to win Olympic gold in men's hockey, and the Knicks and the Spurs to make the NBA Finals. Second free throw, good, Wembanyama. I support doing parlays. I do not support putting $2,500 on them. Caruso into the front court. Bounce pass threaded. McCain stops from the right elbow, pulls back with a jumper, and it's pure.
I was never a fan of parlays, but I love preparing for parlays.
Mid-range McCain hit. He's got a dozen. 2-point game.
How tall is how long?
Fox feeds left wing Harper. Centered ball Johnson. Around the horn Fox. Off right wing timer at 7. Wembanyama out for a screen. Fox around it. Feeds left wing. 3 up. Johnson. Yes! What a huge hit by Keldon Johnson from bonus territory. Williams rifles a pass. Left corner. Wallace to answer, and he does! Cason Wallace bags a 3. Answers right back on Keldon Johnson's triple. 2-point game. 6, 6, and 4 for Wallace. Champagny right wing 3, no. Off the heel. High went Harper, offensive board. Reload Wembanyama. Slip left corner 3. Johnson! Got another one to go! Keldon Johnson with a corner pocket hit. McCain at the other end. Reversal on the perimeter. Caruso around right wing. Williams to the far corner. Holmgren back up top. Williams holds the ball over his head. Back for Holmgren. Drive at Wembanyama. Holmgren falls down. Lost the ball. McCain picked it up. Right corner 2 to shoot. Fade away 3. No, it never hit the rim. It's a shot clock violation. Holmgren got stood up by Wembanyama again. Mark Daignault needs Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the floor, so he comes back out. Shai's got 31 on the night. Spurs ball. Entry feed. Wembanyama left of the lane. He's got Williams defending. Shoots the jumper over him and fouled. They don't even have Holmgren over there trying to defend him. They're putting Jalen Williams on Victor Wembanyama. Jalen Williams is 6'9". He's giving up 7 inches in that. Fourth foul on J-Will. And Wembanyama at the line hits the first. Every shot that gets made in this fourth quarter could be the shot to send a team to the finals and end another team's season. Wembanyama able to hit both free throws. The Spurs lead by 7. They have led the majority of the way. Oklahoma City's largest lead on the night has been 4. Caruso down the middle, a drive! Oh, and a ferocious dunk attempt misses. The ball went harpooning into the sky, reached a different stratosphere. There's a foul that's been called. I don't know where Alex Caruso conjured up the guts to try that. Wembanyama's called for the foul. Got an arm across Caruso's face.
You could ask where he found the temerity to pull that off.
That is a crucial fourth foul on Wembanyama. Caruso, wow, missed that free throw wide left, worse than a Bills kicker.
I know the hell you did not just do that. First of all, if you're going to make that reference, it was wide right. Wide left would be Javier Beatty on the 2002 Florida State Miami miss.
Caruso able to hit the second free throw. What an insane sequence that was. Now San Antonio back up the floor with a 6-point lead. Wembanyama still on the floor with 4 fouls. Still got 9.5 minutes to go. Here's a step back three straight away and a hit. De'Aaron Fox. It's a 9-point game. Fox with an enormous hit. SGA dribble drive, handoff. Holmgren lost it, got it back. Tries to turn around Wembanyama. Toss back out. SGA pitches across. Caruso up top. Wallace a three! Cason Wallace! 3 minutes gone, 9 left to fire in a fourth quarter for the ages. Wallace's third three. At the other end, Harper handed it off. Wembanyama outside left. J. Will defends. Wembanyama, they clear it out for him. He skitters. He steps back. He shoots a three. He got it! Oh, is he just incredible? Out of this world! Thunder again. SGA to answer. No! Rebound back to him. Champagnie took it away. Spurs ball. 9-point game. Fox drew a double out to Johnson, back to Wemby, darts it across, Harper right corner, a three, no! Flying to the ball, Wembanyama, Wallace the rebound, Caruso the bring up, in the lane, lefty layup, that's no good, rebound snatched by Harper, outlet Johnson, forwarded Fox, Champagnie running the floor, cross court, drive to the rim, Johnson lays it in! Timeout! With 8 minutes left, Keldon Johnson flexes a lot of muscle. Absolutely amazing. And that is a fast break and a half right there. Timeout Thunder. They have one left. They're running out of time. They're running out of answers. They're running out of bodies. And still the Spurs stand tall. Incredible.
You were mentioning earlier about Victor Wembanyama being the possible future face of the league. You can remove the possible with this performance if the Spurs hang on. Good Lord. He's putting on a show when he absolutely has to. I mean, this is wild. Florida leads 8-6 in the fourth against Miami. Ole Miss got out of a big jam in the bottom of the sixth. Nebraska had the bases loaded. Ole Miss pitcher on his 113th pitch threw a big strikeout. So, Rebels keep a 2-run lead there. 1-1 between Cincinnati and Mississippi State in the fourth, but bottom of the fourth, Bulldogs have the bases loaded. Check swing did not go. That looked close. Ooh, that looked close. Oklahoma and Georgia Tech's been in a rain delay. They're going to restart that game at 10:50, with Georgia Tech leading 8-3 in the bottom of the seventh. Nobody's beating Georgia Tech in this thing. No, but nobody's beating Georgia Tech. I don't think. Stat. Victor Wembanyama now holds the record for most points by a center in a first NBA playoff run. 372. That was actually yesterday. Was when that stat came out. So I'm sorry. So he's actually extended it. The previous mark was Kareem and Jokic at 352.
Wow. Oh.
He's an alien we call him an alien for a reason.
You're about to call him best player in the world. Golly.
Can I ask a question? And I mean it, and I'm happy this happened. Did America win the gold medal and arguably the three best players in the league are not American?
Yeah, really?
Between Shea from Canada, Jokic from Serbia, and Wemby from France, and then Luka from where? Slovenia?
Slovenia.
I mean, how in the world did we win gold medal?
Not had an NBA MVP born in America since James Harden, for heaven's sakes, in 2018.
Jeez. We won golds.
All right, 8 minutes still to go here. This is not a done deal. The Thunder, you love the old saying, you never underestimate the heart of a champion. They've got 8 minutes to save themselves. They trail by 11. SGA throws a bounce pass. Hartenstein erupts to the rim, throws down a slam, and draws a foul. And it might be on Wembanyama. If it is, it's his fifth. That is a beautifully run play out of the timeout. It is on Wembanyama, and with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left, he has 5 fouls. Hartenstein hits the and one free throws. As I said, it's far from over. Just like that, the Thunder are within 8, and Wembanyama has 5. At the other end, it's a three-pointer from Fox, tossed up quickly, and the clock no good from the left corner. Swirls out, rebound Caruso. Forwarded Wallace. Return for Caruso. SGA, a drive between the pipes to the rim, draws a crowd. Kick left corner, McCain open look at a three. It's way short. Rebound Keldon Johnson. San Antonio into the front court with Castle. That hash mark at bottom left of your screen under the Thunder's name is accurate. They only have one timeout for the last 7 minutes. Wembanyama screen. Castle top of the circle. Reversal Vassell. Right baseline. He got rid of McCain with a nasty move. McCain fell down. And Vassell missed the jumper from the right baseline. SGA the other way. Head down a drive. Fox stays in front of him. They throw some shoulders. SGA whirling. Dervish fadeaway shot from the foul line. Good. Timeout San Antonio. Mitch Johnson understands what's going on. And Luke Cornett is going to check in for Victor Wembanyama.
Actually would have pulled a Tubby Smith in 1998. Don't call timeouts if he ain't got if the other coach ain't got but one or doesn't have but one or none.
Yeah, but I think he wants to get Wembanyama out. Yeah, they can't afford him to get a sixth foul this quickly.
That's also true. Also true.
Boy, oh
as
boy.
As you see the commercial for the new Minions movie.
Man, oh man, this is... We got 6 minutes and change here for a finish that we'll never forget. But what we have had tonight is heading towards the territory of a where were you when kind of game. Where were you when the Thunder didn't pass the torch? Or where were you when San Antonio dethroned the champs? And I think I speak for almost everyone, Seth. It's really hard these days to get everyone to agree on something. But I think I speak for almost everyone, Seth. We really hope that this is the first of many, many, many playoff series between these two.
Yep. I would agree with that 115%. Being with you and watching this game with you, this sure beats the hell out of clubbing on a Saturday night. Lord have mercy. Well, I don't know if you heard me while you were gone, while I was in my waffle era, but so Wednesday night, game 1, I did break the schedule down as there's a crazy minion in a thong and with a chainsaw. Now he's been knocked out. Now the thong lands on his nose.
What a very strange trailer that was.
Well, it's the Minions. What do you expect? I mean, I love the Minions. Hey, the United States Open, June 18th through 21st, a national championship.
Yeah, Mike Tirico will get to rest for all of 3 weeks before heading to do that.
The Open of these United States. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I was going to say Mike Tirico gets a break. Break? What is that?
He gonna sleep
Seriously,
good.
I hope he's What now? I'm sorry.
He gonna sleep good for the next 3 weeks.
Hopefully, like tonight or tomorrow, whenever he sleeps in until like 11 o'clock or something. He deserves it. Man has been on the go.
He's been on a heater
Since September.
Okay.
Cincinnati coach not being tossed here.
So you got Wembanyama with 5 fouls. Also remember his foul on Caruso's missed dunk. Caruso looks like he's been holding his hand. Spurs inbound out of the timeout, bring it up, 6-point lead, over 6 to go. Wembanyama not on the floor out of this timeout. Instead, it's Cornette, and they try to get it to him. Hartenstein steals it. In transition, he goes to the rim. Cornette got back and blocked it! Luke Cornette with a rejection! Castle the other way. Oh, what a play by Luke Cornette! Castle top of the key. Directed left wing Champagny. Return Castle. Screen Vassell. Castle jumps out to the right. He'll drive on Caruso. Foul line. Pull up is good! What a sequence that is! Luke Cornette channeling his inner LeBron James with a chase down block in the fourth quarter of a Game 7. Halfway through the fourth. SGA out wide to his left, centered ball. Wallace loads up, drives, head fake. Now he gives it to Hartenstein, who fumbles it out of bounds. Boy, Wembanyama about to come right back in. They did not leave him on the bench for long. I don't know, after what Cornette just did, leave Cornette in for a bit. Even if it's just 2 minutes. That Thunder turnover there, 14th. Wembanyama's got to be so careful, but he still has to be his other world self. Here he is, feeding left corner. Vassell kicks near corner. Champagny rises up and splashes down another 3. It's an 11-point game. Champagny 6 triple. He's got 20. Thunder still looking for answers. Caruso drive right up the middle. Running floater off the glass and good. Just north of 5 to go. Still a bucket load of time left in this game. Castle jousting his way into the front court against Wallace. Wembanyama out for a screen. Castle picked up the dribble. Harper came to help. 8 to shoot. Harper with the ball. He's got 5 to shoot. He drives. He spins at the foul line. He turns. He lost the ball. It's on the floor. Wallace has it. Thunder takeaway. Gilgeous-Alexander one-handed pass left corner. McCain 3. No. Wembanyama was flying after him. Champagny's got the rebound. Wembanyama walks the other way with his fist lifted up in the air, left-handed. Front court Castle, out to his right, hopscotching on the perimeter. Caruso to help, angled up, Champagny top of the key 3, spins off, tap follow good, Harper! Harper on a tap follow! A timeout taken by San Antonio. No, I beg your pardon. A timeout is taken by the Thunder. That is a Thunder timeout. They're out of timeouts. Wow.
They got them rattled at this point.
I don't know how to describe what's happened since the last timeout. Luke Cornett with a chase down block of Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, how do you figure? You take Wembanyama out and Luke Cornett does that.
Amazing.
Victor Wembanyama is living and dying by every possession of this game. We know how emotional he is. He wants this so badly. Look at it. He came flying after McCain, trying to block the three. Didn't block it, but McCain didn't hit it. And then Julian Champagnie. Oh, what did they feed him this morning? Harper making big plays as he has all series. The young Spurs realize that they're nearly there, but they need to realize that the job is not yet done. You got 4:26 left. Now clock begins to roll as Oklahoma City inbounds. And it's brought up by Wallace. They trail by 11. They've got to start going on a run now. Gilgeous-Alexander is defended by Champagnie. Top of the key, drifts left. Left elbow, fading jumper. Got it! And he was looking for a foul. None given. Nothing but net on that fadeaway jumper by SGA. Timeout taken by San Antonio. Remember, they did not have to take that timeout either. Once you reach the final 3 minutes, you got that use it or lose it timeout that once you go down to 3 minutes, you can only carry 3 timeouts to the last 3 minutes, but they were already at 3 timeouts, so they didn't have to take that timeout there, but Mitch Johnson does. 9-point game. I find that to be a bit of an interesting timeout by Mitch Johnson.
That's for sure.
He was an assistant with San Antonio from 2019 to 2024. It's his second season as the head coach of the Spurs. What a job that he's fallen into. Getting to coach Victor Wembanyama and Steph Castle and Dylan Harper. And I mean Julian Champagnie. Making all kinds of plays tonight. Still, you just get this feeling that the Thunder are far from out of this. 9-point game, 4 to go, Spurs inbound. Again, Oklahoma City is out of timeout. Spurs only have 2, as you see. Neither team in the bonus. Castle bounces a pass on the left perimeter for Harper. Wembanyama screens. Harper pops it to the right wing. Fox. Return for Harper. Harper at the top of the arc. SGA defense. Step back 3. Oh! A major hit from the rookie Harper! The 6th 3 of this quarter from San Antonio. SGA push off. Foul line, dump in. Williams kick out right corner 3. Wallace hit it! I don't know where you're going to see better basketball than this. Spurs into the front court with just north of 3 to go. Right-handed hip-high dribble, Castle. Outside left screen, Wembanyama. SGA wants to stick on Castle. He does. Castle to the left elbow. SGA a punch away. Castle a recovery. Lost the ball. Wallace steals it. He's 1 on 3. Has to apply the brakes. Wait for help. Shovel for Caruso. Back to SGA. Sets the offense. All over him defensively is Fox. SGA tight-roping the far sideline. He'll drive to the elbow. Champagny comes over. SGA had to get rid of it. Caruso cross court. Williams only has 4 to shoot. Williams is going to have to do something. Steps to the elbow. Jumper. Around the rim. No. Rebound swiped at. Holmgren tried to save it. He did not. It's Spurs ball. Chet Holmgren has once again been relegated to a footnote in this game. He's got 4 points. He's taken 2 shots. Spurs into the front court with Harper. Not quite a put-away possession, but Harper's got a runway to the rim. He goes. Holmgren denies him at the rim. Thunder come away with the ball. There's Holmgren's biggest play of the night. SGA hooked it back to Caruso. Back to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Off left wing. He'll curl in. Kick out. Wallace, right wing. 3. Got it! Cason Wallace with 2 minutes left. With a major hit that the Thunder needed. You got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to the finals. 2 minutes to history. McCain at the scorer's table for Oklahoma City. Castle Johnson from the left. Cycled back out Fox. Entry feed Wembanyama. Right elbow turns faces. Flipped outside. Castle left wing. Fakes the 3. Lost the ball. Steal by Holmgren. SGA with 90 seconds left. Champagny defends. SGA steps back left wing, rainbow 3, no! Rebound! Holmgren cannot save it from going out again. It's going to San Antonio. Good Lord, you have to take a deep breath and do meditation before and after every possession. 1:23 left, Thunder without a timeout. Spurs with 2. Vassell will trigger in. Near side backcourt. McCain in for Holmgren. In the biggest moment with their season on the line, they are benching Chet Holmgren. Inbound to Castle. He crosses the timing line to our right. Wallace in his grill defensively. Castle locates Wembanyama, perimeter right. J. Will defends. Shoveled back Fox, pinned down screen. Fox zigzags, locates Vassell up top, extra feed, Champagny left corner. Steps inside the arc jumper for 2, no. Offensive rebound, and sneaking to the rim. Castle scores. Final minute of Game 7. Thunder ball. Wallace drive to the rim, lefty layup high off the glass is good. 53 seconds. Inbound Castle. Thunder choosing not to foul for now. They need a stop. Castle gets doubled by Caruso and Williams trying to take the ball away. Spurs get a timeout. Are we really watching this? This is so good. Oh. Thunder fans, as quiet as it gets in this building. You got 42 seconds and change left. Spurs by 6. When they inbound, there will be 14 on the shot clock. We are now in put-away possession territory for San Antonio. The Thunder have gone on this great run over the last couple of seasons, relying so much on their defense. That defense needs a stop right now. But even more so, if they get the stop, they need a basket at the other end quickly, because the Spurs can take this down if they choose all the way inside the final 30 seconds. Wembanyama on the floor with 5 fouls, but he will be out there for Mitch Johnson. He has no other choice. Also on the floor, Castle, Fox, Vassell and Harper, and the pass in for Wembanyama, tipped away! A steal by Wallace! SGA the other way stops! He drives! He kicks out! Wallace airborne for the catch! Off left wing, he'll drive, Wallace in, kick right corner, Kenrich Williams misses a three! Long rebound! Castle had it! Then he lost it! Dort! SGA! Dort left corner three! There's a whistle! 22 seconds left! Total chaos! Total and complete chaos. What in the wide world of sports? SGA, think there was a foul on San Antonio. De'Aaron Fox committed a foul. There was a foul to give. In fact, two fouls, I think. So Fox gives the foul. There's 22 seconds left. Thunder will inbound. They trail by 6. Caruso near side front court. SGA can't get free. It's inbounded to Williams. It's shoveled back to Caruso. Middle of the floor. Throws up a right wing three. It hit nothing. But it's out of bounds off a Spurs hand. It stays with the Thunder. 17 seconds left. And down by 6 with under 20 left, Thunder are looking straight 3. They're not even looking for a 2 right now. Spurs have one timeout. Thunder have none. Thunder are in the bonus now. Caruso into Williams, left wing. Williams looks around, finds Wallace, deep right wing three. Clatters off, no! Rebound, Champagny! He pushed it ahead to Fox! Ahead for Vassell! To the rim, he slams! With 4 seconds left! A San Antonio silencer! The inbound Wallace! McCain won't shoot! The throne has not been passed! It's been ripped away by Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs! They're going to the NBA Finals! And a celebration on the floor. Victor Wembanyama in the middle of a throng of people breaking down in tears. What will the young man do if they win the whole thing in a couple of weeks? He's hugging everyone he can get his long arms around. The NBA has a new face. It's a young face. It's the face on a very big man. And it's a face that will adorn this league for many, many years to come. I don't know how tall Jim Valvano was, but it's looking like a 7'4" Jim Valvano. He's hugging everyone he can find. A Game 7 that lived up to all of it. Game 7 that lived up to all of it. And I think a lot of us are going to be mighty, mighty happy to look back and say that we witnessed this Game 7. The Spurs celebrate on the Thunder's floor a trip to the NBA Finals. Seth, what We said at the start, Game 7s are rarely masterpieces. They're more a game of survival. Tonight was more than a masterpiece. Tonight was a Picasso, painted with unbelievable strokes of genius. We'll forever remember this one, and hopefully there will be more to come between these two.
Well, I wish JT were with us. His boy, his man, his alien. Like you. What the hell's he going to do if they win the championship?
Oh.
I mean, for goodness sake. The Spurs win, and it's funny. We get 3 of the 4 that made the semifinals of the NBA Cup, and we get the NBA Cup Finals. Maybe the Cup does have a purpose.
I tell you.
In terms of serving a preview. And I say that to say the same thing I said. I have a much clearer voice now, and it was on an older platform, so you can't go back and access it. And I am in much clearer voice than I was that night when I said it, but I will repeat it and mimic a pretty famous line. I said it back on that December night when the Spurs won the Cup, and I'll say it here. Matthew Owens, and there's no doubt about it, the Spurs are out of hibernation.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. Wembanyama's the star, but Julian Champagnie, what a night.
Gosh.
20 points for him. And, well, earlier in the week, the NBA message was, party like it's 1999, and now you could say it again, because it was the team that Knicks faced in that 99 final, the San Antonio Spurs. And it will be, instead of Allen Houston and Patrick Ewing, it'll be Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, and instead of David Robinson and Tim Duncan, it'll be Victor Wembanyama. See, he's so big, he makes up for 2 people in that comparison. My God, man. What a night. And what a win for the Oklahoma City Thunder. What a loss for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, this will sting. That is for sure, as Maria Taylor was wasting no time with the trophy ceremony here. Good Lord. But, yeah, man. So the San Antonio Spurs are in the NBA Finals, first time since they won it in 2014. And I'll tell you what, the only thing I'd be worried about if I were a Spurs fan, I'd be worried they're celebrating it a little too much. They are whooping it up right now. I get it. It got nasty with the Thunder, and it's sweet to celebrate on the home floor, but you do have 4 more games to win.
Yeah.
Before you win the big one. And the question, I think, now becomes, because everybody, even with all the coins, kind of looked at the Thunder still as this, as the champs. I'm going to put you on the spot here at 10:55 Eastern on May 30th. Who are you making the favorite here? Who do you think the favorite is for this?
Oh, that's a tough question.
That pause told me everything I needed to know.
That's a tough question. God, I mean, well, the Spurs, every single step of the way, any conversation about the Spurs, they're too young and they're too inexperienced, and they're just shooting an arrow through the heart of that conversation every single game. San Antonio will have home court advantage. I'd say that will push them to be the favorite. Guess who is the Western Conference Final MVP?
The guy that's 8'3". By the way, Thunder fans are upset. Let's just say that last dunk meant a lot to a lot of people.
Oh, gosh.
I just sent that to you in your on Twitter message.
Oh. Well, we got finals that start on Wednesday that are going to be a lot of fun. And what a game tonight. Good gracious, what a game tonight. That's as good as it gets right there. And as I said...
I'll tell you what. Luke Cornett.
Oh
what a cameo.
Good Lord. Jeez. Well, as I said, torch was not passed tonight because the Thunder weren't voluntarily giving it to the Spurs, and they have no want to allow the Spurs to keep it. They're going to try to strip it away from them next year, but right now that's next year's problem. Thunder will have to recoil. They've got obviously a great organization. They've got a great team. They were decimated at the exact wrong time of the season by such key injuries. But they still have a heck of a team that they will load up for next year. Oh, by the way, they have a lottery pick next year because, yeah, they need it. We'll see what they do with that. You wouldn't put it past this front office of packaging a heck of a deal together for someone and get a whole bunch more pieces through that lottery pick. They've got 2 first-round picks. They picked 12th and 17th in the draft. Sure. Why not? So they'll be reloaded and they'll be out for blood next year. Heck, they may even challenge doing better than a 24-1 start that they had this year. But the Spurs off to the final to take on the Knicks, and Seth, we'll be excited to document that because that'll be one heck of a series.
Indeed. Well, it's going to be an interesting one. Matthew, fun night. Fun night being with you, and in a little less than 24 hours, we'll meet up again, this time in Lebanon, Tennessee. I just now realized I might need to make a point like a certain someone to say, Lebanon, Tennessee.
Yep, it'll be fun. See you then.
It will be fun. But the story here on this Saturday night, the San Antonio Spurs, and well, it goes without saying that the party has started on the Riverwalk and the churros are about to be devoured. San Antonio wins it 111-103. For Matthew Owens and our whole crowd, I'm Seth Eaves. So long and good night. Congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs. They are the Western Conference champs. We'll see you basketball fans again on Wednesday night for Game 1 of the Finals. We'll see you overall sports fans again tomorrow night, weather permitting, of course, for the NASCAR Cup Series at Nashville. Good night, everybody. Spurs in the final.